Hello and welcome to our 71st episode of our Adventures in Excordia campaign. I'm your GM, Connor. Playing with us tonight, Karen, played by Pyro.
Get me out of this fucking timeline!
Silver, played by Tristan.
Hello.
Rayanna, played by Liv.
Hello. I'm still here. And you
get
still
her.
don't know what class I am.
Morgana, played by Shane.
Hello.
And Zunkiri, played by Fergus.
Has it occurred to anyone else that most of the villains around here are just lesser versions of me?
Didn't mention Andariel.
She ain't here. She don't get an intro. Too busy going and spending quality time with her daughter or whatever.
Being portrayed.
And Dariel's being portrayed by her girlfriend, Morgana, played by Shane.
Like,
She's seeing the funny.
I'm dual wielding.
She's seeing the funny monkey and lizard movie.
Oh god. Last we left off, you all adventured, had completed your Feywild antics, received the beginning informations on how to make your spells, returned back to the point where you took the Time Archaeomancy and set history different, made your way into the Hells to bargain with the Whisper King, a archdevil who shockingly seemed very similar to Zonkiri in ideals, and you all agreed to a deal that he would let you into the Hierophant's Slayer so long as you delivered this staff to his counterpart in the new timeline you all were making. Now, first things first, let me find the notes for the time staff.
Holy shit! It's done.
I mean, he had to do it eventually.
Well,
I can,
it's written.
Hang on.
I can only have one staff of unknown effect at any given time. More than one would cause a singularity.
Still looking.
That's probably true, though.
He's still looking for it.
If he's gonna look for that, I'll be back in just a moment. I'm getting some water.
And I'm back. I found.
No water for you.
Hey,
Jacob.
no!
So, I have not turned this into a sheet on Roll20. But basically, the staff has 8 charges. You can expend a certain number of charges to cast a Chronergy spell. It regains a d4 plus 2 every dawn. 3 charges for Pulse Wave, 5 for Time Shunt, and 8 for Reality Break. If you ever have 0 charges in the staff, roll a d20 on a 1, it's broke. And there is also a feature to get additional charges by borrowing them from your future self. I will take a picture and put it in the chat.
Cool.
Time weapon. Well, looks like we.
Every time, I
ammo
will
for the
mention,
gun.
every time you borrow from your future self, you put additional strain on the staff and increases its chance of breaking.
Cool.
Makes sense.
So, theoretically, you could continue to reality break en masse, but eventually it'll disappear.
20 times.
Not if you have Shane's luck.
Oh. Well, you could do it 20 times as long as you never let it drop to 0. Or 1.
Well, it has 8 charges. Reality break takes 8. If you cast it, it will take it to 0. That was on purpose.
What's the matter, Connor? You didn't want to give me time ravage?
Correct.
I did not.
It's the worst I could do.
Uh-huh.
Ravage time.
Ignore everything above where it says 8 charges, regain 1d4 plus 2. It should.
I've returned.
Welcome back, Shane. You made stats.
Finally.
They're good stats. They're solid stats.
Well, now I 100% for sure know that Connor's going to be rolling to try to be a doctor in the future. So
Fuck
yeah.
you! You made the same joke last week!
Again!
Fuck y'all.
This is 2 games in a row we've roasted his handwriting, and for
Well,
what?
Given what he did to me on Monday, I'm over this.
What really sells it? The fact that like the font and style of letters changes throughout the writing, or
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I can read his handwriting just fine.
I know
You're
you
not-
can.
Why?
You're not human. Shut up.
You've already had professional training in that regard. I can read it all too. I just see that he's
Mhm.
It's
in there.
sloppy handwriting. Like, it's legible, it's just sloppy.
You're on your way, Connor.
I
know
no
that
longer feel
you're
bad
gonna
about
pass.
things I put in this next dungeon.
You
I
should
don't.
never feel
I don't
bad
feel
about
bad about it either, because I'm about to kill them all with chainsaws and eldritch blasts.
So,
I'm about to dual wield
girlfriend
simplicity.
sponsored Eldritch Blast.
last we left off, the Whisper King had pulled out a pair of shears, then you all pull out your time shears, and there was a bit of a grumbling, and he quit copying me in his
So, like,
tone
that's my thing.
as he opened a little rift, and it sucked you all in as we pick up, as you all touch down in. Ooh, I don't really have a good. As you touch down in the Hierophant's double-sided pyramid. I said the name of the place last time. I don't know, it was a cool name. Let's see. And yes, I am burning time to go find this because I came up with a name. Damn it, I'm gonna use it. Let's see. Hierophant.
Hierophant
The
Green.
Pyramid of the Farseer. That's it. See? Raw. As you all
Hey.
enter into their lair. Yes?
Real quick, is this thing just called Time Staff?
Name it whatever you want.
Thank you.
Call it Shirley the Time Staff if you want. Where was I?
The Pyramid of the Farseer.
Thank you. That was not rhetorical. I was like,
No, I know. We have the same flavor of autism. I know what's going on here.
as you all step foot into the dungeon, the rift seals behind you, and you see before you a series of sandstone-like bricks laid out in the hallways. And they seem to go and bend in a way that makes you think you either are more central to the pyramid or there's some weird geometry here because the walls don't slope inward. They seem to be square. There is a hallway leading towards the supposed middle, one north and one south. Which direction did you want to examine first? That was also not rhetorical. Please answer.
I am a guest. I am not leading the way.
Liv, you are a regular player here.
My character is a guest and would not be taking the lead.
I think this is us deciding as a group, Liv.
Yes.
I mean, do we have anybody with keen mind that always knows the way north?
Here's its on here. There is no true north here. It's just like a accepted
General.
northern.
This is just Zonkiri. Like he auto maps things in his head and just like picks a direction to be north.
Yeah.
He said, I have decided this is north.
So you said it's just a long hallway, goes, one direction, another direction, yeah?
Yes.
Do either of the directions have any indicating features on them, or is it just a blind pick?
As you look at the north tunnel, you see that there is gold trim laid along the bottoms of the walls. The south, silver, and in towards the middle is bronze. They seem to be the leading to different things. And these.
Do we have any indication of what each metal indicates?
Give me an investigation check.
All right. Investigation. 18.
18. You gather that they aren't labeled. You notice immediately they aren't labeled, as the person who made them didn't need to remind themselves what their labeling system was.
Right.
You do gather with an 18 that the fact that they haven't labeled at all signals to you that the terrain here gets difficult to navigate, even if you already know the way. It
On
seems to be like a shifting labyrinth, and these are one of the ways the being who used to rule here would be able to get around. With an 18, the last thing you gather is that whichever hallway you step down, there is a thin magical veil over the archways of each of these doors, and some effect will happen once you pass through. You're unsure what.
Love that. So ominous.
So, would somebody like to make a check to identify it, or do something to try and test what the effects are?
I will relay that to the party.
Zunkir will nod and he'll go over and see if he can identify what the effect is.
Ritual casting identify.
Sure.
Also,
He'll also just examine it on his own to see if there's anything he can
there we go.
Note about it.
Okay. Give
Spell
me
might
an
miss.
Arcana check. The identify brings up nothing, and you gather that it is magically warded from divination spells.
Cool.
You also gather that, like, if you sent a scrying eye through, it would be blinded from you and cut off. Similar to, like, trying to keep a connection to a familiar or something else. With 20, you, what's a small object you pick up to test with?
I have a rat on me.
Rat.
Carrot
An
hand Thor?
entire
Pocket rat.
rat?
I mean, you usually have
Carrot
a
hand
snack
Thor.
rat.
Just chucks Carrot Hand Thor at it.
No!
I'll just toss. I'll just toss like a little. I don't think I have anything organic on here. It's not that I'm willing to destroy.
Quick, somebody throw your familiar.
Ha! I don't have one.
Pick, send your wife through the portal.
No. Then I am without my stalwart defender.
Zonkiri will kind of just roll a little vial of like greenish blood.
What is this from?
Green Abishai brain mutagen.
Oh.
Oh, the Underdark.
Mhm.
Okay.
From
And
your
you-
last guest character.
And you roll it in the gold, silver, or copper, or bronze tunnel.
Wait, what?
There's 3 different colored areas that lead to different places. Each archway has a magical effect. Which one are you testing?
Copper.
You roll it through and it disappears. You gather with your 20 that this gate seems to deceptively seem to lead down the hallway, but instead takes you to another room entirely.
Okay, so it's a teleporter, not like.
As you look at the
Bye.
others, you gather that some are teleporters, some are just illusions masked to look suspicious, and some are time-based traps that'll aid you forwards or backwards, depending on a die roll. You hear the faint sound of talking coming through the golden arch. I hate that I said that. Easy, Pyro. Easy. There's none here. Somebody call
Do we
Queso.
also
Tell him
get
to sit down.
like a music box? Or is that just...
That's just ambiance. Let's move to the next playlist.
Did you think about the fact that it sounds like a music box?
No, it's just the next song that has in a playlist. Like,
If you had a chance to change your fate, would you?
Does there appear to be any way that we could disable these traps? Particularly the aging ones.
you gather that the way to turn them off is there's a centralized power source that you could turn them off at. And at the moment, you're just in the midst of the traps in this wizard lair, and you have to find a way to navigate through it.
Okay. So... hold on one second. I need to get a sheet of paper.
Yeah. You also realize that the effects are mutually exclusive, so one that sends things away will not also age you. And if
Limit one per home.
Yeah. Waiting for Fergus said he needed a moment.
It was a music box that this bitch tried to kill Cass over, was it? Wasn't it? Or was it a
Yes.
jewelry box?
It was a music box.
Music box. I did remember correctly. I heard a music box and I was like, triggered. I was like, is the box in the room with us right now? What does that mean for this alternate timeline?
Damn, he's chopping down a tree right now to make the paper. He's stripping the bark, he's turning it into pulp.
As one does.
Yeah. I mean, what else does he to do? Have paper lying around?
No, that's for plebeians. He is better.
Built different.
Well, we've known that.
All right, I got my clipboard.
Okay, is everybody else ready?
Yes.
Very nice.
Mhm.
All right, so we're in a hallway going north to south, right?
I will say the directions really only matter in setting the frame. You don't have to worry about north-south.
Yeah.
But it's a good way for all of us to
Yeah.
kind of
If
have...
you want to draw it out, it will help you, but I will not require you to remember the exact order you took.
I just need some way to orient
Okay.
myself.
I did want you to make excessive notes about direction when that wasn't what I was
No.
written.
And then you said there are multiple archways
Yes.
going both directions. So, like, kind of like 3 tunnels going south, 3 tunnels going north.
No.
No?
Like I have here, you all are in the middle of this.
I am on the Whisper King's castle.
Yes, I drew it on there.
On the top, there's he's drawing something in purple.
It's a three-way...
Oh. Okay, I missed the part about there being another hallway.
You're good. Yeah, north, south, east. The one to the east is the one that you tested. So that was the...
Teleporter.
Okay.
Which color is which? So that was copper.
Yeah.
bronze.
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 I misspoke
Mhm.
earlier.
So north is gold.
And north is the one that we heard the voices.
All right.
Yes.
So. All right. And then you said one of these was an illusion.
They all have this, like, illusory script. It seems that there's one's a dud that leads you on to the next area. One ages you, and likely you have to, like, navigate around, and then one teleports you to an entirely different part of the dungeon. So there's one that's just an illusion made to look like it has a magical effect like the others, but there's nothing that actually happens when you pass through.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, so basically saying we can't examine the door to figure out which one's the dud.
Yes.
Okay, I thought when you said that they were an illusion that you meant like one of them was just like a Wile E. Coyote door.
That would be funny.
I mean, I've done it to players. Okay. In that case, I will.
So you know the one to the east is the teleport one. You heard voices. You heard some sort of voice coming from the one up north, and you have heard nothing southwise.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll grab a ration and I'm going to try and lob it through the gold one.
It lands on the other side.
And I'm just watching if the ration decays or changes in any kind of way.
You see no change in it.
Can I mage hand that ration?
As you pass your mage hands through it, it disappears. Any magical effects you gather are unable to cross through any of these barriers. Scrying Eye, Mage Hands, Familiars. Think of it like these doorways make an theoretically infinite distance. So your Mage Hand just went a billion miles away and the spell broke.
Okay, that makes a bit more sense. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. In that case, Zonkiri will turn toward Morgana with a bit of a sweeping gesture. Well, I guess you and Karen are going first here.
I beg your pardon.
What? It's not like age can affect either of you two.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you want to walk through?
Ladies first.
Yeah.
Ladies first.
Morgana will just shrug and walk through then.
Which one?
Which one should I walk through first?
Gold.
Gold, then.
As far as we can tell, that's the safe one right now.
It's
Alright.
also where the voices are coming from.
The voices!
The voices.
Yeah, Morgana, listen to the voices.
So
The Dark Urge.
you step through.
Yep.
As you step through, you see that there is another room there that is hidden behind the illusion to make it look like more hallway. This is the correct door. You do not feel any age effects.
Morgana will stick her head through the illusion and just motion. Like, come over here.
She does appear to disappear
What?
from your all's point of view, which is strange because you could see the ration.
Did she disappear before the ration?
The ration's still there as you all stare the whole time. But as soon as a creature passed through, you lost sight of them.
Is the ration there on her end?
Yes.
Morgana, pick that up.
Morgana will walk over and pick up the ration.
Is it floating?
Why would the ration be floating?
Because Morgana just picked it up, and we can't see Morgana because she's on the other side of
Oh,
the illusion.
yes. I was thinking you were saying is if like now weightless. From your all's
Or-
perspective, it remains on the ground. It seems that it justifies whatever the perspective of the people in the room should see.
It picks the timeline with.
Curious. Morgana walks back over to the illusionary wall with the ration, hooks her head out, and holds the ration up.
As she
Is it
sticks it
still in
out,
the illusion?
it disappears from the illusion. As now the rationale of the people in the room is they see the same ration again, so it can't be there.
Wanted to keep tossing the ration through the wall so that there's a pile of rations in the illusion.
Just break the rendering engine. Just too many rations.
All right, I guess we go that way.
You all pass through and make your way to the next chamber.
Make a move.
You hear the voices as you cross through, and as you enter the room, you hear them disappear. What is your passive perception, Karen?
Oh, maybe I should have bought my gift.
22. That was my guess.
No, it's only 27.
It is 25.
You hear the rapid shutting of someone, the sound of someone rapidly shutting a hatch behind them. As you all enter into the next chamber.
Someone's leading us around, so they just slammed a hatch.
Getting the labyrinth vibe.
Is there David Bowie? Was there a sense of direction for that sound, or is it universal?
It kind of just echoed down the hallway to you all. You knew that it was coming from this direction, but by the time you all started to step through, they saw that people were coming and seemed to escape down something, and you just barely heard the stone closing up.
Quick question: could Morgana see us in the other room?
Yes.
Interesting.
So as you enter into this next room, you see another three-way hallway.
Okay. I'd like to investigate the room itself, see if I can find any secret hatches in either the floor, the ceiling, or...
Guidance.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
A little bit of help. Real quick, when we're stepping through here, does Varshi vanish with, when she goes through, or does she go through with us when we go through?
If she's on your person, she's fine. If she is not, then you're... I mean, it doesn't matter how far Varshi is, you just lose connection to her. So, she can fly through, you just can't see through her eyes if she's on the other side of it.
Okay. Okay.
So as he's rolling that, those of you who look at the rest of the room will notice that there's 3 different colored inlays here. They seem to sparkle like gemstones as you see a red, a blue, and a green.
Green is best color.
So those advantages on Curie?
Yeah.
Well, that's only because we can't see the very obvious purple.
Well, it's purple. You can't see it. Yeah, that's the whole point.
That's neat.
I love that this is being absorbed through osmosis.
You gather, with your 29, that this chamber is magically warded. Any attempts to break through the bricks will likely fail or trigger some fail-safe. Hang on.
Okay, so under mountain rules.
Sorry.
Quick, sending the Hierophant so we can talk to us. Nothing.
Additionally, it seems that you gather there's some sort of keystone or item that people can carry to allow them to access these secret tunnels that you do not possess. Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless
Thank you.
But you do gather there seems to be the work of maintenance people. The room in here, despite supposedly being abandoned, is remarkably clean and freshly swept.
Okay, so secret hatch, yes. requires key to open.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, Liv. I almost said the same thing.
Thank you, Pyro.
It's stuck. It's like the earworms lived there for years.
What did I say?
Secret tunnel.
Oh my god.
Secret tunnel.
You creatures.
It's
You
instinct at this point.
secret tunnel, God.
Yeah, through the mountain. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Actually corrupted.
Yes.
So,
Connor, I have a question.
I have an answer.
Which is worth more, rubies, sapphires, or emeralds?
Give me a nature check.
Guys. Oh, it's a pollen. Okay.
With an 18, you feel very strongly that rubies are worth more than sapphires, and you're pretty sure emeralds are between them. So you're pretty sure rubies are the more valuable gemstone.
By the way, I feel I should establish, because it's been a little bit. I'm doing this very subtly, just like tapping him now, given there's an actual.
There
miniature
aren't still verbal
dinosaur.
components to guidance.
Yeah. Then I'll just mutter it.
Okay, well, give me a stealth check to try and hide your verbal components.
Dango mate.
I like to retract using guidance settings.
Okay. Actually,
So, sorry, Fergus. My dex ain't worth trying to go up against whatever bullshit Lou has under the hood.
as her class throws you through one of the time aging ones over and over again, just zip, 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 zip. All right, with a 14, pretend you don't know the emerald part.
Okay.
You know the rubies are worth more than sapphires. You can't remember how much emeralds are worth. I'll just give it to you. I mean, there's no way to unmeta knowledge on a puzzle.
I mean, to be fair, the actual answer to my question may or may not have any impact on the puzzle whatsoever.
Yeah, but I can't really ask you to unknow information. It's not like
I
you can
did
just
walk
roleplay
it
not knowing.
like that.
So
I can make this up if you want.
I am going to rescind the walking it back as you do cast guidance.
Yeah, I was like, I did wait a minute before thinking about it, so.
All right. So
I'll roll the stealth check. Hang on. You might need to get modified memory out. Alright, where's my stealth? Jesus Christ.
Depends. How important is it to you that she not know that you're casting guidance on an ally?
Given I'm a cleric.
Typically, guidance is also, Ilvian guide me. Like, that's usually the stock guidance.
I can guarantee that she probably has no clue what arcane casting even is. Didn't the weave not happen?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, but they're also on the hunt for divine magic users.
I'll
Directly.
give him guidance. I'm not divine. I have it.
I
And
was about to-
Tristan is trusted. Silver is trusted.
Mine is intelligence based. It's like a little supercomputer to help organize your thoughts.
Tag it. This is your time to shine, utility boy. I need to take a back seat because I got an inquisitor up my ass.
The hourglass on your time staff does a 360s on Curie as time rewinds, and now it's Silver.
Oh, so that's what that one does.
Thanks, Silver. +1 to stealth, baby.
Oh.
Silver is also more or less like, yeah, he's one of us.
This is my
no.
team. He's the team.
Oh no.
Yes.
What is it, buddy?
How? We need to figure out how far into the future these traps aid you.
I can hear the
Why?
pendulums.
Because I do have a creature on me actually.
Oh no!
You have
Hair
No, well yes, but no.
The embryo thing.
What?
the time thing?
Yeah, right? Or what are you talking about?
That's inside of an iron flask. I doubt that counts. No, I was talking about the mind control illithid tadpole I have.
Oh,
Oh.
Wouldn't they turn that into a
Illithid?
neophil?
Yeah, that's what my thought was.
Quick, toss it. Boom. Everybody go.
Hey, look! Remember when we had an iron flask with a giant like Nightwalker monster in there? Behold, Onyx! We just switched up the Pokemon typing.
It's the
Terrestrialized.
same vibe as that one Baldur's Gate 3 streamer that comes across the spectator in the Underdark and is like, wait, I have this iron flask, right? Let me throw it at it. And out comes the other spectator.
Anyway, I'd like to check the ruby hallway to see if it is trapped.
Okay.
With the
Give me a general
Teleport.
intelligence check.
20.
Nice.
You kick a stone through. You have a feeling you're on to something. You feel fairly confident that you are starting to suss out the rule.
Yeah. Just as a habit, gonna toss a little stone down the sapphire and emerald hallways to see which one's the teleporter. If either of them is the teleporter.
Okay. The stone that you tossed down the emerald hallway disappears.
Okay. Alright. I can hear Connor going now. 2 rooms! It took him 2 rooms!
Oh no. These were the training ones. They were easy ones to suss out what's worth more. The harder ones get further in the dungeon, as you have to identify worth between different things that aren't as easy.
We've done apples to apples. Now it's time for apples to oranges. And when we get to apples to bricks, don't even fucking try.
There's going to be one hallway where it's just 3 souls.
So I'm curious, gonna go, well, depends on my mood.
This one tastes better, so. Let's go down the ruby hallway.
This was a time punch devil, so that is on the table.
Off to ground on Forget Rayquaza.
Yeah, Groundhog Gang!
As you all hop down, you chose the correct tunnel. Again, you see there's a room that was masked by the illusion. You continue down. Find another room with 3 hallways.
Question.
Yeah.
Based on the angle of the floors as we're going here, if I pull out like a little bit of my water from the water flask, are the floors here angled?
They seem perfectly level.
Okay.
Shockingly level. As you see, they almost like... You see no slide at all. A direct pull downwards.
Okay. I am breaking out like firsty dungeon crawling rules right now.
It's
Where's the angle of the floor so we know whether we're going up or down? Tell us, O dwarf.
in the next room, you see the trim is red, gray, and white. There is a
Red,
metallic
gray,
gray, a stock white, and a dark red.
I don't know where Kieran got it, but he has a little bird cage with a canary in it.
If somebody would like to make me a history check to try and identify the significance of these 3.
Oh, and Dario!
Dario's the
Can you
best
label
one.
which one is which on the map?
I'm not going to put letters because that might give you a hint.
Zachary 11. I mean,
I
Can't
mean,
let him put the team on his back
Yeah.
alone. Come on.
RGW?
No, I mean, like, I'm just going to do, like, a little color streak for you. Because, like, before I did, like, R for Ruby, S for Sapphire, and I want to give you a hint of what they are.
I mean, you did say red, gray, white.
yeah,
It's so
those are the general
sick.
colors.
That RGW would have worked.
I don't want to use the same letters over and over again. So, 26. Zonkiri, you remember an old adage about what weighed more: kilogram of steel, kilogram of feathers, or pound of flesh.
No, see, they're both a kilogram.
I actually filled a question based on that once.
Man.
Feels heavy.
Yeah.
No, see, they're both a
No.
kilogram.
Wasn't my proudest moment in 5th grade.
Zonkiri will head over to the flesh.
This week.
And I'm checking this before I go in because I want to make sure it is you didn't just misspeak, okay?
Mhm.
You said a kilogram of feathers, a kilogram of steel, and a pound of flesh.
That's how the old nursery rhyme you remember goes. Is what weighs
The
more
Merchant
on you?
Venice reference.
What weighs more
Oh.
on you, to carry a kilogram of steel, a kilogram of feathers, or to carry a pound of flesh?
Okay.
Never
Oh.
heard
But
the
not
flesh
one
part.
jot of blood.
And you gather with a 26. What the moral of the story was that it takes more to carry the sins of slaying another living creature than any material can weigh down on you. For instance, like ripping the birds off an innocent, or ripping the wings off an innocent wounded bird.
Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it. Fuck
I know.
off.
Okay. So yeah, the flesh corridor.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what
Yeah.
Portia states, yeah.
Real quick though, I didn't go by that morality on that whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
You know you didn't, but
Well, no, he said kilogram of feathers, kilogram of steel, and a pound of flesh. A pound's bigger than a kilogram.
Correct.
That too.
And another hint. Now you're cooking with gas.
we need better gas. Get up the demon gas.
Mm-hmm.
This room, you notice, does have a slight slope in the hallways, but not on the floor you stand on. They slope down, assuming that whichever one you go down is going to whisk you away in a slide.
Ooh.
In the back rooms.
All right.
I'm drawing out the hallway
And
for you.
what are our little indicators?
You see a sort
I
of
see a little
beige,
bit of
you
yellow.
see a green, and you see a blue.
Beige?
Observe the map, woman.
Just double checking that you said beige.
It's a dark green, but I changed it so you can see it. So, to recognize the significance of these, I need somebody to give me a religion check.
Darrell's got a 10.
Pretty strong.
Probably the best.
All right. And Ariel shall
Give her-
give this to go.
29.
9.
And Daryl, you remember reading books in Abthar's Tower about the different archdevils. And when it came across the Hierophant, you know that they used to grow up in a desert. And you look over at the beige, and it reminds you of sand. And you see this green, grasslandy color and a blue, coastal color. And you feel fairly strongly, if this is the Hierophant's lair, chances are it's the sand one. With a 29.
Darrell will point to the sand one. Desert.
That was
Gotta keep
perfect.
it. Gotta keep it as Northern as possible.
Expertly done.
Perfect.
All right then. Desert it is.
Everybody step
Ready.
through the desert one?
Yep.
Morgana will go first.
Slide.
She disappears.
Hmm.
Disappears as in slides down, or disappears as in teleports?
It's the same thing as
The
happened
illusion
with gold.
keeps you from being able to see what's on the other side. So it'll look the same to you whether she's teleported or if a creature
Alright.
passes through, it'll be the same.
Follow.
Yeah.
Anybody stay back.
No.
You all pass through, and you began slip and sliding down towards a large antechamber as you chose the right one. Da, 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 da. By the way, the aging one was going to be that you lose a hit die off your max HP
Ooh.
as you are reverted back, quote unquote, a level or aged up to where you become frail.
Morgana looking at all of her machinery. None of it changes. Hmm.
No, it would have
I feel
taken it from you and
something has
Karen
been
too.
For me,
Karen just turns into a skeleton.
You would have started to rust.
Mm-hmm. Alright. And when you're going to take a short break because I have food that's about to arrive because I forgot to cook something when I was playing Baldur's Gate with Pyro. I'm hungry.
Valid.
So I'm
what'd
going to
you
go.
order,
I'd rather not say.
coward?
Is it cookout?
No. Oh, God. Ordering cookout?
You ordered Domino's pizza, didn't you?
No, I had that earlier. Actually, it was Papa John's earlier.
You order
Olive Garden.
Yeah.
I'm walking away.
Yeah.
Give me a breadstick.
That's it. Connor, you're gonna have forced exposure to real Italian when you get here.
Hell yeah, we're going to Carrabba's, baby.
That's American Italian.
I have not got.
I like American Italian.
You like
Is your
American?
mom gonna
You like
cook for us?
American Italian because it has a lot of fucking food.
Yeah, they gave me a damn near bucket of fucking pasta.
Yeah, Carrabba's dishes out the fucking portions.
I love Carrabba's.
Carrabba's.
They took my money, but then Carrabba's.
Where are you exposing us to real Italian food, Shane?
Real Italian recipe that I'm going to cook.
Hey, what you making? What you making?
I haven't decided yet, but I'll find something.
Yeah.
I finally get to experience Shane's cooking.
It's delicious.
Well, you're gonna experience my
Oh.
cooking regardless of what I was cooking because you guys are visiting my house over a weekend.
I'm so excited. I've seen the pictures of what he makes for so long, and it always
Shane,
looks so yummy.
listen, Liv. I was a bit hyper about halfway through the last time I visited him. He fed me 2 burgers. I was down for a few hours. I got stunned locked by those delicious things.
I'm so excited.
I took over his couch and no one else had it for the next like hour and a half.
It was like a
Hearing it-
territorial walrus.
I think that's just called a walrus, Shane.
Yeah, elephants.
It's the weekend of the 27th. You guys will be here, right?
It was yeah.
Yeah, I'm flying in on the 26th, then I'm flying out on the 29th.
Okay.
Yep.
Wait.
26.
26.
26
Is Friday.
is the Friday you gotta come and get me.
28. Okay.
Yeah, I'm flying into Birmingham that morning. Like, I think I get in around noon,
And then Connor and
and then we're driving up
which will be a couple.
like 6 hours.
Yeah.
It'll probably be a little longer because I imagine that we will have to stop for lunch at least once in there.
Probably. Do you know if you're free Friday, Shane?
I was about to make it so.
Yeah, okay. I just need to know what time I need to get ready because I took the whole day off, so I'm good. Whenever.
Well, if he's walking away, I'm getting a sneaky sniff.
I'm back. It was not Olive Garden.
Well, that's
You'll never get to know.
I'll get the answer.
Uh-huh.
I gotta. Next time I go into work, I just need to make a note because the automated like request off thing won't let me do it for that weekend because quote unquote too close. But she doesn't make the schedule until fucking Thursday or Wednesday. So I'll just leave a note for her to leave me off.
Now I wish we could add an extra room that's got Italian food, Mexican food, and Japanese food. You pick which is worth more.
I guess.
Depends. Is it Italian food like Carrabba's, or is it Italian food like Sbarro?
Made by an
The
Italian
cheese
family,
Sbarro
a
in the
Mexican
Bali
family.
food court.
Made by a professional chef for each culture.
I want a Californian burrito. Those things big as my arm.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
right.
meat tornado.
Actually, no. I want a carne asada burrito.
You had me at meat tornado.
Connor, I'm so sad you erased your maps.
Well, yeah, you don't need them anymore. As you all
with
saw,
friends you made along the way.
Silver is here, by the way, right?
Silver!
Tristan!
Snake!
Knocker.
Don't
You
say
can't
that.
escape me! I'll chase you to the end of the earth!
Well, as soon as he says something, we'll jump back in. Until then, I'll continue to prepare my mystery food. No!
You dropped it! You dropped it, you fool!
What the fuck just happened?
I dropped part of it.
It's a tragedy. He dropped part of his.
I dropped the butter.
The butter?
The butter.
I like giving the
order
hints
Red
so that you all might eventually figure out what I
Did
have.
you order
You
Red
want
Lobster?
Texas Roadhouse?
I told you I'm not telling you. Man, I sure wish I had a.
Why won't you say if it's Texas Roadhouse?
Because it's funnier to let's keep you all in suspense.
Alright.
You're getting closer though. Closer than Olive Garden. Fuck that place. Am I right, Shane? Maybe now he won't molest me when he sees me.
I heard that molesting's going on.
Where?
That's a good question, Connor. Where?
Mm? You're the one who brought up molesting. It's the first I've heard of it.
He insinuated you were going to do dirty word to him once he got to your house. Oh, more head ass.
Is somebody into the 8 divides?
By Talos, I'm going to cut his head off.
Will you then start to praise it as some Daedric influence?
It's the elves for the ones that worship Daedra.
Sounds like heresy to me. Sounds like heresy to me.
The elves' entire history was worshiping Daedra.
Sorry, I don't speak non-Ray languages. They're lesser phonics.
Just lock him in Alex's room to get there.
Elves saying that men are stupid for worshipping one of their greatest heroes of their history as they worship someone who requires them to sacrifice their family members on a regular basis.
God
Exactly.
forbid women do anything.
Skyrim belongs to the Reachmen.
I don't know what he praises, but I'm actually not going to tell him he can't. He can keep doing whatever he wants.
Right,
I- Actually, like, Forsworn religion is actually really interesting when you look into it.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Is it now?
Yeah.
Is that because you are their patron god?
Oh, no, the Daedra are their patron gods, and they actually have a mutually beneficial relationship with them. Like, all of the all the like evil murder Daedra of like how every other like culture interacts with them. No, the Forsworn actually have a good relationship with them.
Molek Ballin?
Yes.
Wow.
Hey, if it isn't my favorite hillbilly, what you need, Hoss?
They straight up worship them as like actual like gods, and the Daedra for whatever reason really appreciate it.
They're like, I can't get this anywhere else. I can't. I really don't care,
Like,
but I don't want to lose it.
For example, you know how Hermaeus Mora, whenever he bestows knowledge upon somebody, it tends to drive them insane.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
Yeah. The Forsworn learn spells from him. They don't get driven insane by it.
That's because they come insane. They come prepackaged.
You know how her scene is always sending like ravenous like beasts and shit to like attack settlements. Yeah, he sends them prey.
I mean,
It's like,
it must
you're
be confusing. Did he
stupid.
wearing fucking elk heads and whatnot?
Yes.
Well, I mean, they're also not really like settled in a civilized way. They're more nomadic.
Yeah, her scene is actually their like patron god. Like he is
Oh.
he's the one held in most high regard to them.
I believe it. Look,
God, you
Farkas,
really
Farkas is my bro, so I'm pretty alright with her scene.
I don't know who this fuck ass is, but any Daedra worship will not be tolerated.
You talk shit about my werewolf bro, and I'll fuck
You're an
you.
elf! You're an elf!
Somebody remove this homeless man from the square.
Hey, Tristan. You back,
Hello.
buddy?
I mean, I've been here the whole time.
Oh my god! Why do you think we started vamping? He's been living sitting here enjoying the fire.
We're both having him a little snack, a little dinner with a show.
Yeah, I was just waiting for Connor to.
We thought
Say
you were
when.
AFK, dude.
Yeah, I said we were gonna wait on Tristan until he comes back, and then we started vamping.
I probably didn't hear that because you're going in and out of the mic, so you're getting quieter
He's
sometimes.
walking away from it.
I'm out of practice. I'm sorry, gentlemen.
He thinks he's the main character, so.
And gentle lady.
There's
There we go.
nothing gentle about that lady. Shut up.
Notice I didn't call her a lady.
Shut up. Even your body wants you to shut. Start.
Ladies and gentlemen. Really? You're not gonna say your line? Okay.
I was trying to remember the
Not
one
you.
with the-
Live.
non-binary.
Yeah, there we go. Now we can start. Now my
Oh, sorry.
comedic
Bitches and
genius
bros,
has
not
been-
binary house.
There we go. As you all slide down, you find yourselves in a large chamber. In it, there is you see more hallways, but you see a large in-rune sphere in the middle. It slightly moves, much like those water pressurized orbs you see at like amusement places. You can like change the direction of, but never fully stop.
Yeah.
You see something like that free floating above this altar, with this magical feel emanating around it, filling almost all of the room. In the back of the room, you see that there are 3 doorways, all blocked by a large stone statue, 2 of a rock, and 1 of a dragon. Let me go ahead and move you to the map.
Now, when you say rock,
Bitch, pass me the... That kind of rock.
what I thought.
For a second, that's going to be it. The Skyrim puzzle. So like, where's the...
A new hand touches the beacon.
Doubles
No!
and up.
Nobody
on a
touched the orb
Thursday
yet, Liv.
afternoon.
Can you delete the bottoms on Kiri?
Yeah.
I can't move him.
Erased.
Doubles and up on a Thursday afternoon.
Let me go ahead and reveal the aura on the orb. You
No,
should
we
be able
can
to
see it.
Inside that aura, any spell that isn't upcast from its base level is countered.
Damn.
So, goodbye innate spellcasting.
Oh no, what will I do?
Actually, there are innate spells that are cast at a higher level.
True.
Oh
it's
yeah,
like 2.
technically the Tiefling.
Yeah, Tiefling.
Well, as you all step in, you examine the sphere, and you seem to be in a different kind of puzzle. And so, Ankiri, you feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Something timey-wimey is going on in here. Would anyone like to approach the orb, or continue to stand on the edge of the room?
Should I?
Let me see here. Yes, I do. Okay. Cool.
Were you going to do something, or were you just murmuring?
I was checking to see what resources I had.
Those bastards stiffed me. One. They showed me a cheese, a bacon, and a butter.
I'll approach.
Would
Take
you like
a look at. Go ahead.
Would you like to try and identify what this orb's purpose is?
Sure.
As you gather, the aura is not its direct purpose.
Imagine the direct purpose is keeping those 3 monsters petrified.
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Hey, Silver, can I get a guidance?
Well, you'd have to step out of the aura.
We're not in the aura.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Also, fuck cantrips.
Yeah, I throw my guidance to you. It's just like this little smartphone thing.
Phone me, page me, if you want to reach me.
18.
What's the sitch? As you approach the orb, you start to feel that magic warping effect, and you gather the needing to upcast is because the air around you feels like it's being sucked into this thing. All the fabric of reality around you feels like it's being pulled into this thing, and you have to like really force your magic out, or otherwise it just gets sucked in. And as you examine it a little closer, you see the runes on it light up in different sequences. and the orb shifts and changes directions. You feel there's something more here that you can't see with the naked eye. The thermos in your pocket begins to rattle as well. That is the iron flask holding the Time Archaeomancy seed.
Oh no. Oh, the seed.
Zunkiri will step out of the ore and kind of take the flask out.
It's gently rattling, and as you pay close attention, it's slowly ramping up, regardless of how close you are to the sphere.
Well, someone wants to say hi.
A piano descends from the ceiling.
Yeah, what the?
Hello! No.
So you must be the bell.
Zunkiri, does it seem like this thing is going to break out?
No. Give me an Arcana check at advantage, as you are very familiar with the Iron Flask and magic tracking.
22.
It seems like somebody is looking for this thing, and they're playing a game of hot and cold, and they're trying to figure out where this thing went, or more specifically, when. As something is traveling to you. You gauge you have about 3 rounds before whatever is on its way would arrive.
Something's coming. Something trying to get to the flask. This is probably not going to end nicely.
Oh, and yes, you do gather those creatures in the back are petrified. They seem to be like frozen in time. They aren't actually made of stone. They are there, full flesh and blood, but unable to act at the moment as magic holds them in perfect stasis.
Interesting.
It seems that they are victims of the Hierophant, and he has reclaimed them and turned them into defense systems.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
For fun, I'll say you notice that there's a symbol on the rocks that matches a design of the blue dragon, and it seems like they were followers of this dragon, and
Cool.
they were sucked up with it. As in, you gather they're probably allies if you break them all free.
Yeah.
Give me a history check if you want to try and. If you have nothing else you want to try in these 3 turns, there's a hint I can give you for one of your actions.
I mean, is there anything else we can kind of glean about the purpose of the puzzle here?
You would need to step up and make an investigation check.
Ariana's not going to be the first one to do that.
These 3 turns are a great time for you all to try and get an idea of the terrain you all are in before whatever you have arrives.
I can only do more harm than good if I try and find something.
You can still use investigation.
Yeah, I'll look
Oh,
around and
thank you, DM.
yeah, I'll look around and try and get a good eye on the area.
Sure. Why
Dude.
not? I'll go walking around.
So,
Well, of course now 70.
all your investigations involve you being in the aura. So I'm gonna go ahead and move you approximately where you need to be. So think of at least on the trim of that thing.
Yeah. I go up and I start reading around the symbols.
Karen, you see a series of hieroglyphs, and you find a star motif on that pillar to the left of you, the one nearest to you now.
Does it match anything about my shard?
That's a really interesting thing. Um,
I
Your-
think I said a thing.
yeah, that's actually really. As you pull out your shard and look at it, what was normally a like empty shard, you now see like it looks like dusk as you move it closer to this pillar, and as you pull it away, it fades back to nothingness.
I'm gonna wave saying carry over.
Okay.
I'm dealing with something else right now. Ondario, you can read everything. You can
I
read
see
everything.
he's just shaking down. And Doro, come over here. Would something bad happen if I touch this to it? Is what I'm trying to pose.
Dario can read all the hieroglyphs on
Yeah.
the pillar and the sphere, right?
Yes, the sphere is just runes. Actually, very specifically, the runes on the orb are dates, like month, year, day. And they all light up in succession, almost. Well, with her eyes of the runekeeper, I feel like it's easy enough to just say you gather that this thing is a recorder. The sphere is reading time and jotting it down and time stamping it. You gather the pillar next to it, Karen. There is a beautiful
Hello.
pillar speaks to you. I'll give him a moment while he speaks to his spawner. So I'm curious, is there something you want to check while Caleb is talking, or Pyro is talking to his father?
I've had that.
Yeah, the dragon and the rock.
Is there anything specifically you're trying to figure out?
I want to figure out if so. These things seem to be trapped by some sort of enchantment here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to figure out if these things are under any kind of control by such an enchantment.
So you're trying to figure out like if they break free, like if they're mind controlled by.
Yeah. Have they been charmed? Do they appear to have been charmed in some way?
Give me
That
a
kind of.
Arcana or Insight check. I know, real hard decision for you, wizard. We'll jump back to you in just a second.
Okay.
I mean, actually, they're only three apart. 21.
You gather they are not charmed. You gather that they are the failsafe. If somebody tries to tamper with this machinery, it might release one or more of them. But they do not seem to be charmed. It seems like their goal is just to rampage if somebody is fucking with the machinery. That's the other thing you notice. There is, well, the other thing Karen and them will see is that there is, like, gears and machinery, which is odd for the timeline you all are in. It almost seems more reminiscent of where you all are from.
This is Dracula's castle. What the fuck?
Well, we were told the Hierophant existed outside of time, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. He did some weird bullshit. Yeah.
So it would make sense that his stuff is not limited by the current timeline.
Correct. And Dario tells you that most of the column is a beautiful, like, artisanally written poem that was made by the guy. It's just nice decor, but the symbol on there strikes her. The star strikes her as some sort of clue towards a puzzle. And
Okay, I'll look at this pillar. Is there some sort of symbol or motif on here?
So with your 2 that you used for this turn, you are. What languages do you speak?
The languages that I speak are
As follows.
Celestial and common. That cannot be all of it.
I didn't teach you how to speak much in racism school.
I don't think that's right.
It strikes you
though.
as
I think
celestial script, but it seems to be written in a way you aren't familiar. Like English to Old English. This
They
seems
got the
like
Jersey accent on it.
anyone else but Rihanna would recognize this as like modern celestial. To her, she only knows ye olden celestial,
Right.
and so you see like you struggle to
read
read
up-
through it.
Got a Chaucer.
Yeah, so you get kind of caught up over examining the like story engraved on the pillars, trying to figure out what it is. Unable to find
Rana,
it.
Rana looks over her shoulder at Zonkiri and asks what Riz is.
What is Riz?
A very, very,
Now,
very
Fury, what
time-honored
is
ability.
Cap?
I'm reading something about a skibbity outhouse.
And over here it says no cap. So they do not wear a head covering.
I'm curious for a
Yeah.
desert environment.
Roll 20's fucking up, but there's 2 sunbeams on the way there.
Twin spell. Now, just pull your time remnant self and just Kamehameha.
It'll get there eventually.
Alright. So. Silver, Morgana, what would you all like to do?
Morgana looks at this puzzle and will be completely useless. So she
Okay.
will take out her chainsaws and get ready for what's about to arrive.
Okay. Silver, anything? I won't
Yeah.
throw to you all every round. I'm just going to kind of go through and ask. If nobody has anything, I'm going to assume you skip your turn and just got to dodge.
There's no way to dispel this aura thing, right?
You don't gather there is a way to dispel it. At least not within your
Yeah.
means.
Can't uptime dispel magic onto the orb. Got it.
While you technically could, you gather that there are failsafes in place so that a 3rd level spell with a 4th level slot isn't able to undo this Archdevil's machinations.
Stop thinking under direct impact to the business. But
So, next pseudo round.
probably safe idea to just not touch the thing resonating with the shard for now, since we got someone coming in. But I'm gonna keep that one in mind.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I would like to know if there's anything peculiar about these gems on top of these pillars.
Thank you for asking.
It looks slightly rendered differently.
I
They're
know.
not part of the background.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're
They're
cell
there.
they're cell shaded.
You know how you can
Some
tell something
Scooby Doo ass shit.
something's breakable in a game
Come on in.
when it looks completely separated from the rest of the fucking terrain.
These seem to be the temporal lenses. They're what's funneling all these timelines towards the sorter in the middle. You feel if you turned them all off, you would be able to access the power source of this thing. As you gather,
Turn it.
there is a power conduit running up the pillars, feeding into these lenses, which all pull from different timelines, funnel them towards the sorter, which then collects all the data of everything that's happening in a large library somewhere else in the structure.
And it wouldn't awaken these 3 things if we do turn them off.
If you
right?
do
Is
it
this-
correctly, it will not.
Is this the Tower of Mzark fucking puzzle?
So you would have to turn them off in a certain order.
Mm-hmm.
So we get flames and frostbite out. Sparks.
Zonkiri will alert everyone to that and basically call out to everyone to examine the pillars to see if we can figure out the order.
I'll see about
Examine the
this
pillar.
one over here.
And
guess I'll-
he specifically will tell Karen to go check the top one.
With Rayanna.
Yeah.
I look at Zankiri and I
My
mouth the words,
first
"Fuck
investigation
you,"
check.
and I walk up.
Okay, and your holy object that you pulled out to check with the other one. Do you pull it out again?
Yeah, no, I don't. Matter of fact, that thing's safely tucked away under all of my layers.
It's
Oh,
pushing
you
up on your
didn't say
colon
that
at the moment. I
before
got you.
you got over here, though. No, you didn't say that before you moved your stuff over here, though.
I would like a sleight of hand since she is observant Rayanna, to see if you're able to hide this glowing holy artifact from her.
And y'all would know that. She got introduced to you as observant Rayanna.
We know.
I wonder what feat
Well.
she took.
Observant
Skill
enough
expert.
for that investigation.
No,
Sorry.
observant doesn't do dick for investigation. No, you're right, fam.
It's just funny that she sent you basically to do detective work on everyone.
I know. Because a detective is like the detective work on people is about insight and perception.
Yeah, I mean, Karen, you did pull it out, and she wasn't really focused on you, so she has a hit to her passive perception. But see, somebody pulling out a magic rock that begins to light and then tucking it away, you kind of have to keep it cool.
Especially because when you would tuck it away would be when Zonkiri would be like, "Hey, come help Rayanna."
I will allow you, instead of sleight of hand, if you want to roll deception to try and give her a lie about why you have it and why you aren't using it.
Oh, let me look here. Let me just look at my scores real quick. Oh yeah, you know what? Let's see here. Let me 0 or 1.
It do be like that.
Sleight of hand, it is.
Hot chicken. Which one you picking?
It's about to be an upcast. Sure, not your cause wounds. I'm gonna cause wounds in your forehead real quick. There it is.
Rihanna, you very easily clock. He takes a magic stone and tucks it back into his pocket before heading over, and does not pull it out when examining it here.
I say nothing.
Karen, you want to give me the investigation check to examine this pillar for its motif?
No, I shoot
going
Zankiri a dirty look, and then
this-
I go back, and then I give that fucking investigation. Oh, what a fucking surprise!
I don't know why
going
you're
to assist me, or are you just going to do it yourself?
I don't know why you're giving me a dirty look. There's not much we can do when it's set to happen.
It is, but
Look,
I don't like how it like inevitably is that it's gonna be me who done to blunder into it, and it's a criminal act.
You didn't have to take out the sunshine. You could have left it away all the time.
Where they still here? God damn. Yeah, investigation's 18.
You find a lightning bolt motif in this one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lightning bolt.
How tall is Rayanna? I'm pretty sure I made her 5'6", but I'm double checking. Yeah, I made her 5'6". She's my height.
I stomped a halfling.
Half.
Next.
You might as well be.
You're
Uh,
not
7'2".
that
Other
much
people's-
taller than me, Pyro.
Karen is 7'2".
Rihanna, what are you doing on your turn?
Well, I had asked him if he was going to assist me or if he was going to do it himself, but he went ahead and did it himself. So I'm just going to, I'd like to just kind of get a vibe off of Karen.
I'm
He's-
giving you the
he's
same.
very clearly-
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
He was asked over here by who I had initially assessed as the leader of the group. I was told that's not the case, but that was my initial assessment. He was asked over here to come help me. He doesn't help me. He just does it himself.
He was not.
trying to hide this weird object. I want to get an
He was not.
insight.
He was not told to help you. He was told to check that pillar. Rihanna revealed that she could not read the script on it, so he sent Karen over there.
Still want to get a vibe off of him. I feel like it's like there's
What are you
Rover's
hoping to
already
get?
there.
Grumpy old man. That's pretty much his vibe.
What are you hoping to get off of this check?
Poke the bear, poke the bear, poke the bear, poke the bear.
Rip wings off.
Doing like looking him up and down, kind of that like.
You have
What?
all right. Let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. Karis hasn't shown his face since they met you. He's still wearing his blood red armor, or half plate at this point, probably. I don't know. But it still covers his face.
There's
So,
definitely-
and he's
there's
been
something
very
about
very
trying to
not, if
hide
not
and
abrasive, very standoffish with you. Just
You're
ignoring
being
you
very
down there.
guarded. She wants to dig
Yes.
deeper into that.
Try.
Insight versus.
This is over the course of a turn.
I'm just looking at this lightning bolt.
If you want to do it for 2 turns, I'll give you advantage.
No, I don't want to do it for 2 turns. I don't think that will help me. But I will give myself guidance, and I don't care if he sees me do
Well,
that.
there's an action to do the investigation here. As you're spending this
insight?
time, you're taking your action to devotedly study Cairn and try and pick apart the facade he's putting forward.
All right, fair enough.
So, straight insight.
I was gonna give him a free that I have guidance.
And now, Karen, would you like to roll deception to pass yourself off as someone non-suspicious?
My charisma is 0.
You roll some charisma thing you want, then.
Might be proficient in one of them. I don't know.
I'm checking. I really not. No, hey, the persuasion. There we go. I'm gonna put him up front. There we go.
Hey, that's also an option.
Yeah.
So, you attempt to shift your body language in a way to assuage her suspicion. Observant Rayanna seems to clock the fact that you're putting on an act. You are both aware that she knows that something is up with you, involving her. The specifics
What
of
do you
which
want?
are unclear.
That like weirdly placid smirk gets just a hint wider.
I'm just
And she's just looking at you.
holding up essentially a piece of paper and taking a piece of charcoal and getting the symbols.
Lightning,
Putting
then.
on my face. Yes, lightning. Go observe someone else.
Why? Do I make you uncomfortable?
Very.
Oh. Isn't that interesting?
Find it as interesting as you want. Keep your hand out of the cookie jar.
You want to roll
Keep
intimidation?
yours out of your pocket. I just might. And I'll walk away.
So you heard what she said, right, Karen?
Something about keeping him out of my pocket.
You said keep your hand out of the cookie jar. I said keep yours out of your pocket, and I just might.
Guess she doesn't want Karen masturbating.
She's basically telling him,
So
like,
that's the kind of coat he's got on.
just so we're all aware. I fucking saw that.
So yes, Karen. I was about to ask what you were trying to signal. Karen, you are aware that she made it clear that she saw you tuck the sun relic away.
I'll just go over to Zonkiri.
And if you saw that, you're unsure how many other things she's picked up on you without mentioning. And it gives you a little.
Hold on. Time out for a second. Would she even have any reference for what the sun relic is?
She knows that it's divine in nature.
How?
I
mean, I am from the House of Dawn.
Knowing dawn magic versus hunting down divine things, kind of her whole thing was to be a little inquisitor to root out like She also lives in a city of angels, and like the difference between them and the Sun Arcamancers, the nuanced difference between them.
Character, and I
I would probably rule as if she really wants to know if it's really
she could be trying to
divine,
bait me. for
she
giving
would
secrets.
get that like Arcana or religion check with advantage.
You also don't know what exactly I know about it. I just made it clear to Karen that I saw what he did.
Yeah, you make a lot of things clear like that. Oy vey.
Rihanna is not here to be liked. She's here for a good time. She is not here for a long time. Rihanna is not meant to be a long-term character here, guys. She is
Also-
here until you get back to the regular timeline.
Yeah. Also, Rayana has a mote of her Dawn Archon's power in her pocket, and it is very different than the one that Karen pulled out. She has a little thing of Dawn Archamancy in her pocket, and it seems very different than the one that Karen has, which is divine in its nature.
So interesting how she would know so much about divine stuff. I wonder if anyone.
She's a cleric.
Whoa!
I get it. I shouldn't be surprised. Congratulations.
I figured it out last session.
No one else did.
No one
I
else said
mean,
anything.
I
Just
I-
didn't care.
So,
Fuck.
were we trying to find out or?
Not
Yeah,
really.
I am just
Did
gonna
everyone
roll
was
the
getting, like,
investigation on
warlock?
my side.
Thank you, Silver.
Investigation. Where's my investigation? +4.
you see a cloud motif hidden amongst this one.
Ah ha ha! We're getting somewhere.
Cloudy. With a chance of meatballs.
That was
That's
just
actually
my
the
best.
story written on it.
Hey, look, what?
You see a large man chasing after a scrawny scientist. It's weird. Yeah, but there's clouds.
Says that there's a leak in the boat.
Alright. And then on the last turn, Zonkir used. I think we're entering the last turn now before whatever it is arrives.
All right.
Oh, hey, Dario, sir.
This
I
pillar.
Stop piloting you.
What symbol is upon it? What can I glean from?
Give me an action to investigate it.
Can't I help, Rihanna?
Of course.
Or would you prefer to waste time?
Whatever you need, I am here to assist.
17.
You find a crescent moon motif hidden in it.
So lightning, cloud, star, moon.
Well, if we're not thinking about elements, then the cloud and the lightning could be combined for a storm, and the stars and the moon could be combined for just celestial bodies.
Does anything the rest of you, Karen, Silver, and Dario, Morgana, what would you like to do on your last turn before whatever it is arrives?
I kind of want to know what's going on.
I'm
Puzzle.
updating you, buddy. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're trying to turn off this kind of magic field, and it's powered by these 4 pillar jewels.
We have to
They're
turn
supposed-
we have to turn them
Yeah.
off in a
Uh,
certain order.
Okay.
And the only clues we have are these 4 symbols on each of them.
We haven't found anything else yet. If there's more information.
Is that
to be found.
writing I see on that globe there?
Yes, sir.
Days.
They are dates. It is a time recorder.
Yeah, we already dragged you over.
You identify you're trying to shut off the machine so you can get the power source and use it for your spell. Oh, also that yellow aura. If you cast any spell that isn't upcast from its base level, it's countered. So if you cast Fireball at
Countered.
3rd, it's countered.
That's
Rest
all
in
warlock.
peace, Warlock.
That's all warlock.
Oh no! Whatever shall the Warlock do?
You're yeah, she's fine.
Unless she's casting 5th level.
Yeah.
If you have a spell,
Tried disintegrate on the gyms.
Oh.
you also
We
see
have
petrified a dragon and 2 rocks at the back of the room, which was identified to be a failsafe in case anybody fucked with the machinery.
Okay.
Yeah, the person who set up the machinery petrified his enemies here, so that if anybody messes with his machine, his enemies will attack them.
Okay.
Yep.
Do we have
Rock
any...
and a blue
This-
dragon.
and-
Okay.
And this aura actually makes you have to upcast your spells.
Yes.
Groovy.
So if it's
For
like a
our
level 3
warlocks.
spell, you have to cast it at level 4, and so forth.
Basically, right
Yeah.
now you have a turn to place yourselves and do any last preparations before something that is tracking you all arrives.
I just want to do a quick. What would it be to kind of puzzle something out of this? Would it be like a history check?
A nature check.
A clue.
A nature?
They're all natural elements, trying to figure out how they relate to each other. I think nature is.
Okay.
Can I give
Let's do
assistance?
nature.
Sure. That'll be your action for the turn.
Or should I roll myself? I will
What
give
is
him
yours?
advantage. Mine's
Okay.
only 5.
Yours
Mine's only
higher. I'll give you advantage.
Okay.
Okay.
22.
22. And Daryl, you are also not here for this, so I'll remind you that Karen pulled out his little sun relic, and when he held it up to the pillar you're closest to, it shined like it was dusk. And with that information and the things you have a feeling that they correspond to a time of day. Each of these symbols. And to activate them, you need to do them in some order that follows the progression of the day.
Interesting that the star is dusk rather than the moon.
Could star actually be a sun? The morning star?
I'll go ahead and make this a little easier and move the... Where is it? Oh, I'm on the game layer.
You typically see the moon before the stars.
You identify that as dusk. I'll say with what you did, you also identified the one near silver as dawn.
Mm-mm.
Wait, what?
The clouds are dawn.
Yes.
Oh, yay. The morning star is by the dawn.
And Sagittarius is by night, I would assume.
The
And
moon
the
is...
other one's a lightning bolt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which could mean noon.
Yeah, midday.
Yeah, so I'm going to just go
Midday.
ahead and... It's midnight and noon.
Is there some cultural context I'm missing here?
No.
Why is a
Not that I know of.
Why is a lightning bolt representing noon?
I have no clue.
When
I have no
when the sun is
clue.
its most powerful, quote unquote.
Why is it a
But you
lightning
see,
bolt?
lightning's made of plasma, and the sun is also made.
The highest, most sunlit spot. Lightning, most powerful. That's the whole motif.
You've been hit by.
And as we finish out this last turn, I will go ahead and move your visitors onto the map. As you all hear echoing through the chamber, "They're almost through! I can sense it! Hold!" As you feel
the product alerted
that's
us.
that sort of vacuum of time that's being sucked in starts to like twitch and reverse the flow a little bit.
Oh,
As you
they're coming from the hallways?
as you see dropping in. Let's see. 1, 2, 3,
Oh,
4,
yeah. Be right next to me, big bud.
5. Zonkiri, as you all actually immediately recognize the figure in using the Archmage token as the estranged time archaeomancy leader. He touches down, draws out his weapon.
Do I?
And
Yes.
looks at Zankari and goes, "You."
He touches down and goes, "All right, agents, they've identified that the time archaeomancy seed is located somewhere, somewhen around here. In your investigations, you, locals, can you address where and when we are? Our spell has taken us far, and we seek to restore the glory of our kingdom."
Convenient.
look at
You've
Morgana.
landed right at your funeral.
Is that what he
Morgana
actually says?
Morgana does
Oh,
say that,
God.
standing right at him as he's right next to her.
he's gonna
Oh.
cast. He's gonna cast Global Invulnerability at 9th level.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Holding.
Can he?
Is that a 9th level spell?
It isn't it? It is not.
No, it's a 6th level spell.
I
Damn.
thought it was 8. Oh, then he's just gonna.
Gotta look out.
Oh, yeah. That probably helps if I open the sheet. We'll cast it at 7
Yeah.
instead. My bad. I don't know why I thought it was 8.
Can I cast Counterspell?
At what level?
5.
Warlock.
Roll it.
That's a charisma check, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have to beat a 17.
Mm-hmm.
God, they need to work on counterspell mechanics.
I'm gonna have us go ahead and roll initiative as you attempt to counter his global invulnerability, and Morgana says, "Welcome to your funeral."
Yeah.
I don't think
I
there's
said
any
you
way.
landed right at your funeral.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way to salvage that. Well, saying that, compounded by somebody trying to counterspell his global invulnerability.
Okay. Minor note, Connor.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to have us have the ability to talk to creatures beforehand and you don't want us auto jumping them, don't have them do things what he just did.
He did what he did. He said, "Where are we?" And you said, "Your funeral." I don't think I bear much responsibility for him becoming hostile. If I'm being fully for real.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying he shouldn't have gotten a turn to cast Globe of Invulnerability out of initiative if he's turning hostile then.
We weren't in initiative yet. They were trying to talk to you. He was originally just gonna have the spell up as you talked.
It was pretty much a reaction to hearing.
It was said, think of it like initiative. On Morgana's turn, she says, "You've landed at your funeral." On his turn, he casts Global Invulnerability to be safe. And Daryl attempts to counterspell it. Now he's pretty sure that these are enemies. And we pick up on combat. And I am starting with his turn, having spent his action. If that will make you happy.
Okay. All I'm saying is I know how that road ends, and it ends with everyone trying to shout, "I cast Fireball first."
Let me.
We weren't going to try to reason with these guys, right? They're probably going to want Zankari's staff.
I was going to tell them that, hey, we're the Time Archaeomancers from here. Join us in restoring the Time House.
Okay, then that was my bad.
Like,
Oopsie toodles.
they are technically here for the same reason we are.
Yeah, they could have. I
Yeah.
had them here so they could help you all,
Oh,
but
I thought.
you know,
Oops.
So what's
Well-
your archaeomancy would it take to really wind back? What cost are we looking here? Because we got some dragon parts over there. We can probably.
I mean, look, no one's drawn any blood yet. Is it a misunderstanding?
mhm.
Morgana
could-
would stop fighting if
No,
Sankari
yeah.
asked her to.
you could
Your
diffuse
chainsaws
this.
were revved,
Like I said,
and you dropped the hardest line you possibly could, brother. I don't know about that.
he's spent a spell slot. He doesn't have anything for his bonus action. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the 10-foot invulnerability sphere for spells.
10-foot.
But yeah, it's
Oh,
10-foot radius.
okay.
Then Carrie is one of the ones up front, so if you want to bring this down, do it quickly before we make this a little more irreversible.
No, just kill them.
No, you're going first,
Oh.
dude. I mean, other than Silver, and Silver's smart.
I don't think Zankiri has the charisma to talk us out of stuff once he's gotten this far.
All right.
And
Now the real question.
Silver doesn't have charisma at all, so he can't resist.
That's D&D, unfortunately. I mean,
Don't worry,
That's not
Cairn,
10.
the third one in line, can definitely.
That is
That-
not 10.
Yeah.
Connor.
Why aren't you just giving him the aura?
because it's immobile and he can move.
But no, it's not.
Yeah, it says it's immobile.
And a mobile faintly shimmering barrier.
Oh, not what I was referring to. My bad.
Connor, it's 10-foot radius. Is that?
I need to shrink it.
Yeah.
That's
don't-
big.
Yeah, I don't know why my brain short-circuited when I was like, oh, so I gotta need to make it 20, so it's 10 on both
100.
sides. 100-foot global invulnerability. There we go.
Well, I guess he's. I wonder if he's okay with being in there with.
A cage.
You're
for the
not
So-
cage.
here with-
We start with the
I-
Shield Guardian.
The only thing the globe does is stop spells from being cast into it. You can walk through it easily enough
Yeah.
to beat the crap out of them.
Oh, different spell then. My bad.
Basically, what he did was he made himself immune to any spell of 6th level or lower from outside.
The Rakshasa.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
pretty much like I
Uh,
hope I don't get
you're
super
thinking
fired.
Like, was it Odalukes? You're thinking?
Anyway, Shield Guardian.
Yeah.
And Dario.
Shield Guardian's gonna interpose himself and take up a defensive stance
Yeah,
in
I'm assuming
front of his wearer.
Silver. I will tell you above board. It is not beyond the point. No blood has been shed. It is not beyond the point where you can try and talk these people
Yeah,
down.
I feel like even though I am terrible and I don't have a advantage on charisma, I will say I think we're having a miscommunication here.
Give me a persuasion check. I'm going to set the DC at 15 because it's very uninclined to believe there's no threat to him given how things have started to unwind.
Well, who says I knew what spell he was casting?
Either way, countering somebody's spell is an aggressive act.
What if he was casting a spell at Morgana?
Either way.
Anyway,
Well, at least I have persuasion as a proficiency. It's not a -1.
On a 21, he takes a moment and takes like a half step back from Morgana as we drop out of initiative. He goes, all right. I won't have him move. I'll just have him respond to you. All right. What is your intended communication then?
Sorry about us being hostile. This is a hostile environment that we're in. A lair of a time demon.
Ah,
We didn't.
I see the confusion now. You think we were one of their cronies. I assure you we are not any allegiance to whatever misbegotten creature is domaining over this place. We are entirely independent and after a relic of our own. Yeah.
No, not the cronies.
He'll leave his globe up, but he will start to look around. Do you all have a leader of whom I may speak to?
You could probably talk to the other time. What
Person.
time person, Mr.
Archaeomancer.
Zonkiri over there? Archaeomancer.
He says as he points to a woman.
All right. Yeah, no, it's not the weirdest timeline differences I've seen. Thank you, ma'am, as he says to Silver, assuming it's just a language swap.
Words.
You see, he's
No,
unaware
he
yet.
identifies as a male.
You see that he's unaware currently that he's in his native timeline. He thinks he's just gone somewhere else, and he's just trying to like pick up the rules of this place. So, sir, you are the leader here. Have you come across a vessel containing a entity of strong chronomagic energy, similar to the staff you seem to wield?
As a matter of fact, I have. You claim yourselves to be archaeomancers as well.
Yes, I am the High Archon of Time. You may have some
Aye.
similar.
I am the High Archon of Time.
Oh,
Where's the Spider-Man? Hang on.
I didn't recognize you. We must not have met in one of our previous encounters. I thought I'd met most of them.
You say you came here. You asked when we are.
Yes, the spell was very directly focused in on this item, and I was hoping you could help me catch up on some of the homework of where and when we are. Well, you understand, where the timelines branch, and help me coordinate how far I am from my time. Chances are, if somebody's stolen our Time Archaeomancy seed, they intend to upend your rule here, and if you could give it back to me, I could bring it back, and the threat to your timeline should be minimized.
Oh, you really don't know where you are, do you?
Not as of yet.
You're in the lair of the Hierophant.
Ooh, a Hierophant has stolen. Oof. We most definitely should try and get that off of them.
The conduit's already been stolen. The timeline has already been destroyed, wrecked. I think we're here for the same purpose.
Oh,
To restore the house of Archaeomancy. I don't think you and I are from the same timeline.
he gives you a once over and goes, "It's not uncommon for the Gith to be outliers. All right then. Together we'll work then." As he drops his global invulnerability. So,
Oh god, I shake him.
just suddenly, then everybody jumps.
You'll have to forgive my bodyguards.
You'll see, I took away the spirits of all of mine, so they didn't have any personalities to alter the flow of events. As you see these masked figures that follow with them, clearly have had all individual characteristics washed away, so they're just pawns.
You'll find empty vessels in the hells tend to be filled quickly.
It's a fair
Catch my
point.
drift.
They seem not to be possessed as of yet.
Keep an eye on them. They start doing funny things.
Let's see. Vestiges. Attend me. I'm going to try and ward you all. As you see, they all approach. And he will expend a spell slot to cast protection from evil and good.
And upcast him.
Let me go ahead and mark off. Fifth level.
I cast delayed blast fireball.
I cast Dawn.
Oh. Thank you.
Zonkiri will look over at Rihanna as he speaks with this time Archaeomancer. See what her reaction to this is.
Rihanna, you recognize this as the figure who went missing all those years ago.
She's very much kind of like, so this is where he went.
And you know that given his things, you didn't know of him coming back from this trip. And you're kind of, much like what you did before, holding your cards close to your chest, trying to read the situation.
Because it could be that, he decided to stay here. Something happened here. You hope it was a miracle.
Well, she knows that somebody has to be like the interpreter, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Yes, you know that.
Yeah.
So it is not impossible for you to think that he performed some ritual and he became the lens for Archaeomancy to bring it back and establish some new...
Right now, she is that John Mulaney sketch of, like, the wheelchair tipped over on the sidewalk where it's something happened here and you hope it was a miracle. She's working it out in her head. She's like,
I had no idea what you were talking about at first, but that's such a fucking image.
That's what he says. He goes, something happened here. You hope it was a miracle, but it probably wasn't.
So, he's now concentrating on protection from good and evil. So, do you have any whereabouts of where they may be keeping this mote of Archaeomancy? I'm assuming you're here to get it as well.
It's somewhere in the building where we honestly just arrived not too long ago. Well, not too long ago. He kind of get like, what is time here?
And he kind of gives you like a knowing half chuckle. Well, it's unfortunate that this area's time adjacency probably altered my spells ability to focus on. Perhaps we can set up camp in this room. But first, I would like to get rid of this interfering object, if you are not opposed.
Actually, considering what that it is and what it does, you arriving in this room isn't unbelievable.
He takes a moment to look at it and goes, that does make sense. A clever trap for Archaeomancers, actually. I'll have to make note of it.
We were just in the process of disabling it.
Well, if you require any help, feel free to ask. I'll have my attendants watch the exits for any misbegotten servants of this archfiend coming to interfere. And I am going to avail myself of examining this dragon as he begins to look at it like it's a museum piece.
I'm gonna look at this one over here.
Just to know it's still breathing.
Fascinating. He really just seems like he's nerding out about time, magic, keeping these things suspended. He's like, ooh, I wonder how he did this.
Zonkiri will pull Rhiannon to the side as he kind of gives everyone the most likely order that the lenses have to be deactivated in. Dawn, noon, dusk, midnight.
And by deactivated, we smashed the fucking things.
And so you call that out with everyone at the...
Yeah.
Here's a little bonus for having him on your side. The Archmage will turn around and go, actually, if I recall, the Hierophant was known for being a upender of most patterns. I would try and run it in the opposite direction, going from night to morning.
Oh,
Hmm.
that bastard.
Good idea.
Anyway, and then he goes back to looking at the dragon.
And he'll just kind of step to the side with Rihanna.
Interesting.
Okay.
Very interesting turn of events.
So you were on a sidebar with Zonkiri, Rihanna.
Yep. I know. She's saying that to Zonkiri.
Ah,
I'm also going to attempt something as soon as the thing shuts down.
I figured.
they shut it down fairly quickly, hitting the right things. You all watch as the creatures on the edge of the room with this thing shut off age about 1 billion years and turn to dust. And the orb's aura disappears.
As it does, I am going to subtle cast modified memory
Yep. I'm waiting for that.
Mm-hmm.
on Rihanna.
What is that, a
Use it.
wisdom save?
Yeah.
15?
That is a failure.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah,
Damn,
that's
fucking
right.
cut it with Zengiri.
How are her memories altered, Zonkiri?
So here's the thing. Modified memory states that if the memory is too different than what it is, the person might consider it just like a bad dream or something.
I thought it says they make it.
No, their mind fills in any gaps, but if it's too like you can't make somebody remember them enjoying themselves jumping in lava.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, like so
Is
something.
is modify memory a charm effect?
Yes, it is.
I have advantage.
I will give you
Because I'm-
disadvantage.
Ooh. So straight roll.
Yeah,
Because,
so
his
15.
his lucky eyes. And,
Wait, you have wait, huh? How'd you
Uh,
give me disadvantage?
Oh, were you here for the
No,
the
she's
gift
dead.
fight? Oh, damn. So
Yeah,
she was right because she fell in the lava.
Do not
Yeah,
have
she-
that
she-
ability.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
He steals bodies, woman.
he stole magic
Yeah.
time eyes, and now he has a luck point.
Yeah, Connor gave me the thing's eyes.
So use luck to
Ooh.
impose disadvantage on you. And your advantage.
Knows?
Does that work against a racial trait like Fey ancestry?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
No, it's not. Cry about it.
Your
I know,
blood
she's not
or
fucking
the
me.
power of being able to observe time? Which one wins?
But
I mean, an inherent racial ability.
You're
Our
resistant.
kids play racials from Shane all the time, and you didn't say anything then.
I'm not just deciding to give myself advantage like an ability. This is an inherent thing.
By the way,
yes, and hold on. If I have an explanation, if you are willing to hear it,
I'm listening.
you have a inherent resistance to these charm effects. Yes, Zonkiri is not seeing your future and making you do something to change how you react to the spell. He's looking to see how you would react if he hit this part of your resistance, this part of your resistance, before he actually does it to make it more effective. Think about like being able to play like like the matching card game where you flip over cards.
Memory.
Yes.
Yeah, memory. If your resistance to charm is like that game, his eyes basically let him see what would have happened if he had flipped over like half the cards before he flips them over. Does it make sense? It makes them easier for him to match them up.
Yeah.
Does that sound right, Connor?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Connor, you're right. Its mind fills any gaps or details in your description. However, at the end of it, it says the memory doesn't necessarily affect how a creature behaves, particularly if the memory contradicts the creature's nature, inclinations, alignment, or beliefs. In a logical memory, such as implanting a memory of how much the creature enjoys dousing itself in acid, is dismissed, perhaps as a bad dream.
I got you.
What Zun?
Acid.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, unless you're from certain countries in the Middle East.
Ow.
So if you try and modify her memory that she suddenly saw evidence that she needs to hate the Dawn Archaeomancer, she'll think it's just madness from the machine.
Yes. And
Okay.
Zonkiri is specifically playing off that here. He's not trying to give her a believable memory. He's trying to give her a memory that she's going to catch is not like did not just happen. Basically, the idea is like what he's trying to do is he's trying to give her almost a vision or glimpse from all of these timelines being released from this thing.
Intrusive thoughts.
Kind of.
Okay. Is there a specific motif that you're trying to focus in to show to her?
Yeah. He's giving her. By the way, where is your wife been this whole time?
She's here.
Okay, cool.
Like behind her, we'll say, like a square.
All right.
Following.
For her, I think.
Zonkiri is going to craft a memory for her of.
There she is.
Not her.
Of Rayana and. Correct me if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Adarin?
Adarin.
Adarin. Of Adarin and Adarin. The day that the barn was attacked, and showing her Adarin being the one to basically sacrifice herself, or maybe not sacrifice her, just be the one to fall to the Mistress of Gleeful Giles's.
You know that is what happened in this timeline, right?
Crap, other way around. My bad.
I was like, no, she would remember that.
So-
that would have been
So-
real.
This is where
Rihanna,
the
you see, like almost in slow motion, that fateful night where Adarin had. Did you have more you wanted to add, Zonkiri?
What I'm saying is, he's not altering the memories of the events. He's giving her an alternative version of it.
That's what I was playing off of.
What if?
Yeah.
You see the replaying of that event as if it comes to the forefront of your mind, stronger than ever, as you remembered, Adarin pushing you out of the way of this creature after your fight. You now see, almost like glitching back and forth, her being unable to catch you in time, and you getting gored by the creature. And you feel your mind split back and forth on it. Something, you're absent of emotions. Something like a pressure in your head hits you. You see for a moment a flash of a figure. Can you give me a perception check, Rihanna?
Yes. 15 again. Another 5.
You saw some feminine figure with dark hair, tall, in monastic clothing. You only saw the back of her, but something about her sticks in your mind. Like an earworm, almost. You can't get her out of your mind for some reason. You assume it must be the effects of this machine shutting down. Saw some other version of yourself, maybe. But you do feel thoroughly shook. There's something deep in your core that feels moved, and you're unable to put to words why.
Well, naturally.
And Zonkiri, you very clearly see the look of distraught and confusion on her face.
He'll just kind of smile. He's like kind of hunched over her, almost as though like she was having an episode and he's tending to her, because he has to whisper this memory into her ear.
Oh.
She's not cognizant of it. The charm.
Right. I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's kind of whispering that into her ear, and as she's coming to at the end of the spell, he's like is almost like he's holding her up. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
You seem to have gone catatonic for a moment.
It's entirely possible that I've had a reaction with that machine. The House of Dawn is not meant to be far from itself, nor interact so closely with the other houses.
Without realizing, notice that Rayona swallows deep. There's still some unrest in her.
Did you
What
see
now?
something?
I see many things. I'll just look over at Karen. That one is very intriguing.
Yes, he is. One of the more useful of the bunch.
That I can see. Though none of you are without your strength.
Perhaps you'll come to learn more of us yet.
It is my plan.
What do you think of the interloper? He'll just kind of nod over toward the Tyamarchaeomancer.
I would
He
like.
seems
Go ahead. Go ahead.
he doesn't seem I was trying to figure out the way to phrase it. For a man of his stature, I would have assumed more. He
Think he
seems so small in person.
you think he bought what I told him?
Oh, yes. That's part of the surprise. Not that you are unconvincing, that he was so readily convinced.
A thought occurred to me.
Yes.
The one who stole this conduit. Do you think that they would want it back if they lost it?
I have to assume that they stole it for a reason. They wouldn't steal it simply to give it up.
He's here looking for it.
You very well could be the thief.
We know the thief is coming here to interact. Let me rephrase that. We know the thief is
Yes.
headed toward the time in which it was stolen in order to get it. Yes?
That is the working theory.
I think we're looking at the thief.
I agree.
Let's keep quiet until we have a way to get rid of this interloper.
We should not share any more information than what is common knowledge.
And let's keep to the guys, shall we?
Yes.
I just want to point out when he said, I think we're looking at the interloper, he was making sure that both of them were looking like right at him. Like it's Zankiri. Like he was looking at his hands and she was looking at him.
I think we're looking at the interloper. It's me, dumbass. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
I identify as the whole ass problem.
You see, my uncle
I'm
was
not
the
a
snake
man
from Eden.
or a woman. I'm
Twice
a
removed.
problem.
All right, well, the barrier's down, the statues have been displaced.
You all ready to crack this thing open? And...
Yep.
Yep.
Krakatoa.
All right, let me take a look at it. As he opens it up and sees a series of gears and magical machinations, he goes, I have no idea what this is or how to pull it apart. As he closes the hatch.
Mind if I take a look?
You're welcome to, Archaeomancer. As he'll step over by you, Karen.
Zonkiri will ponder the orb.
There it is.
Advantage.
Our wizard ponders the orb.
The big orb.
Zonkiri, you very easily identify the power source.
We have done it. We have beat Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, we're in a dungeon, we found a dragon, and the wizard's pondering his orb,
Order
so...
the orb. Everybody pack it up.
That's why
Let's
I said.
roll.
there we go. He said, nah.
The guy is dressed up like a wizard from Thay, I think. That token.
He is. That's the default Archmage token.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Uh,
think that's what they use in the monster manual.
it is. Zonkiri, looking through this orb, obviously we're here to collect basically knowledge to figure out how to cast the spell we need to cast.
Yeah.
He is, he's going through this orb just trying to get anything he could, if he can, from this orb that might help in that endeavor.
So you could pull the power source from this thing. Or you might be able to use the soul that Rayanna has to identify the date you have to go back to and complete your spell here. Now you could try and do it somewhere else, but you feel like you have a higher chance of success by using this thing. It also puts you into the it cuts short the time you have to influence Rayanna, and it's in front of the other Archaeomancer.
Zonkiri kind of looks around on the inside. I think this will be helpful for what it is we need to do, but we should explore a little bit more. I want to know what it is those things were guarding.
Do you mention the time door frame things to him?
No.
Okay. He'll call his attendants to him. They'll walk over. All right, we'll follow your lead. You seem to have a handle on the situation.
Hey, Goob.
Might be faster if we split up, cover more ground, meet back here.
Sound choice. I suppose he
Thank
looks at the
you.
top three.
Zonkiri looks at him and just kind of shrugs. For all you know, the conduit could be anywhere in this place.
True. Well, be careful. Be sure to set yourself a thread back to here if you need. I know this place is notorious for being a labyrinth.
Okay, Ariadne.
All right.
Yeah.
Thrall, lead the way. As it disappears. All right. I don't have a connection to it anymore. I think there may be traps afoot.
We encountered a few earlier. Some of the doors are teleporters.
Did you identify a way to identify these doors? Or was it trial and error?
some of them had clues, but there's some sort of spatial magic around the door frames. Once you cross the threshold, you're essentially infinite distance from
Mm.
the other side. There's no real way of knowing what's truly on the other side, or even if it's a real doorway until you pass through it.
Ugh. Alright, well, we know the one up top's not right. Alright, Thrall, your turn again. One on the left. Disappears as well. Alright, let's try the other one. But there's this many trapdoors before. How many people did you go through to get here?
Rihanna is sitting there and she is really thinking to herself, how is he this stupid? This is the High Archaeomancer of time?
No wonder.
No wonder
wonder-
it disappeared.
The house is done. This guy is an idiot.
Compared to like the Dawn of Craymaster, big,
Well,
intimidating, powerful. This guy, hey dudes.
Hold on. I will point out, Zonkiria said he is a Time Archon, which I think, technically speaking, he is.
By default.
Yeah, by
By
default.
Might as well be.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's how
but
my last character
still.
became the High Priestess.
Yeah.
That's how one of my characters became the leader of a country.
Yeah.
By default.
Literally,
I'm the only citizen.
well, no. What happened was the entirety of the upper chain of this military's command got taken out in an assassination plot. And like
Oh, you're the sole survivor.
It's
no,
called
I
a
was
battlefield promotion.
I wasn't the sole survivor. Just everybody in the chain of command for like the robots that like ran all the military stuff got taken out, and they were just sitting there like, we don't know what to do. And my guy was like, he went over to check on them, make sure that they were okay and feeling all right. They were robots.
Yeah.
Just robots. And they're like, are you the new high general? And he was just like, for the next 10 minutes, yes.
Let's go with that.
Because we needed their help to catch the assassins. He ended up being known as the 10-minute general because he kept extending his reign for 10 minutes over and over again while the country needed to keep running.
Jason Robert Brown stole his ideas from you.
He did not want to lead that country.
No shocker. No, they just give me power, please let me stay.
But no, Zunkiri will. The thing I was mentioning is that this guy might not seem smart enough to be a Archon of Time. He might seem smart enough to have been, say, a thief.
Yeah.
It does seem like his guard is down too. He's like, oh, another Time Archon. I'm good.
My friend.
Yeah,
My buddy.
he seems to immediately have assumed that, oh yeah, we both like time. We're both allies. Unaware of the roots.
Chronicist.
You will notice that he begins
Nope,
to
just
perform
opposite.
a ritual to duplicate his remaining remnant after the other three disappear. All right. Give me an hour and I'll spit 3 more out. I guess we'll have to brute force this.
Zunkiri will nod. And are there any other pathways out of here?
Those doors to the south. Currently, it is just him and this one creature.
Are there other clues like there were in the previous rooms?
You can spend an action to investigate it.
Sure, why not? God damn it.
Unsure. It seems their scheme has changed up in this room from the most of a thing to some other kind of code. You will jump in.
So, just so I'm understanding this right, this guy is. Who is he exactly? Do we recognize him?
He's
Is he
the guy
from-
you stole the staff from, dude.
No.
Okay, so
That's
he is
what I heard.
he is just some time archon from this timeline.
Yes. You
Okay.
have not met him before, but you know from your research of this mission who he is. Does that answer your
Okay.
question?
Our research for this mission, no, not really.
As you were looking up for making your spells and stuff and researching time archaeomancy things, when you found out that, like, he had gone missing, he was in those books as the last time archaeomancer, the last archon of time archaeomancy. You recognize him from the books you read at the library, but you had not interacted with him before.
Okay.
This overall mission to get back to your timeline, the research you did in the library, you saw his stuff
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Rihanna being the exception, you remember being taught him in your childhood,
Yeah.
in your upbringing.
This is native history for me.
Yes,
Okay. So he's not related to the time terrors.
correct.
Okay, that's what I was making sure of.
Correcto mundo.
All right. Hmm. What do you guys think?
Morgana rewinds her track. It seems you've arrived at your funeral.
I positioned myself.
Just administration delays on it.
I've been ducking and rolling this entire time. Just whatever. Look.
I feel no strong directions either way. I'm true neutral now. You're totally not good. That's what cleric shit. I'm true neutral, baby.
I'm a fighter. What are you talking about? What?
I'm a human fighter. My name is Hank.
No. Did you know I'm an alcoholic? Yep, Connor's dead.
Hank McHuman.
Hork McOrk.
Leave Hank McHuman alone.
So,
No.
That is my favorite.
Zonkiri will walk over, and as he's passing, just kind of give Silver a nod, and walk over to Rihanna. I think it's time to get rid of
The thief.
the
Very well.
impasse.
He certainly has let his guard down.
Yes. Tell me something,
Oh, go ahead.
Mr. Archon. As Zonkiri kind of walks over there.
he looks up from his ritual that he's preparing.
What did you say your name was again?
So, Mr. Bond.
His name's Zevatash Zalir.
Name.
Zevatash Zalir. I recognize that name.
Oh, I'm notable in this timeline as well. That's good. What has my counterpart gotten into?
The fall of the House of Archaeomancy.
His eyebrow raises. Oh. Nasty business. Good thing we're setting it right then.
Yes, we are. And with everybody's kind of nod, Zonkiri would level his staff at the guy.
Or the watch.
You kind of realize, oh shit. Go ahead and roll initiative. I doubt this will be a long combat.
Got rid of most of his fodder through disintegration doors. So yeah. The bitch. Oh, that's the fodder.
So one of them was a TP away, and two of them were age a lot. So he's just like, I lost connection to him either way. So there is another version, another echo in there, like, oh my god, where am I? Like wandering around trying to find its way back.
We'll find it next game and come back.
Master? Master?
Oh
What
god.
hit me?
About then that somebody crawls out of the floor hatch. Here. Take this broom. This is now your room to clean. Sweep.
Oh my god! All of the maintenance staff here, just this one guy that got teleported away, just over and over and over again as time repeats itself.
It would be funny. I had intended them all to be like lost souls who got trapped here. I just got
What is my
recruited by
purpose?
some. You clean now. Congratulations. Praise be to the
Aw.
Hierophant.
Oh god.
I could have done so much more with my life.
You could have. Now you sweep.
Bard school be like.
Yeah.
All right, is everybody in?
College in general be like.
So his buddy, as you lower your staff, his little dude gets the jump.
Get down, Mr. President.
Where?
And looks around.
Choose your poison.
They're going to attempt to cast Dimension Door with their boss. And Daryl, I'm assuming there's something you're going to want to do to that.
Counterspell.
That counters. And there goes one of their Warlock slots. And
Each.
Zankiri.
Zankiri will. Hold on, how many is it? 3? Okay. Zankiri is going to rock up to this guy and punch him in the face.
Whack!
Okay.
25 to hit.
What? You're
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
on arcs.
Xanar Kiri.
He's a Baki character, run.
You deal 20.
25?
Yeah. As you like discombobulate his brain.
Discombobulate. Hit to the
Dude.
sternum.
Do you have stunning strike?
59.
No, he does not.
Nice.
I don't.
13 will miss.
The tiredness in Connor's tone.
No, I mean I knew this was coming once you all got convinced him to send his people away. Beating the shit out of him was more than I expected, but welcome.
The very last, quick kick to the dick.
17 will. Holy fuck!
Oh, that's a fucking ball rusher.
Take his dick and twist it.
Does that hit?
Yeah, it sure do.
The fact that
Ooh,
it's
dick
got more psychic damage than anything else is brutal.
So, what would happen
Yeah,
if
all
I
of them,
just said, make it crit?
Roll it up.
Pain.
That could kill him.
What?
In fact,
5 more D8s,
For
by
fun-
the way.
I have an accurate picture for
I'll ask this: do you want to roll the 5d8s on here, or do you want me to just double what you roll?
Just double what I roll.
Yeah.
I
Double
rolled.
it and pass it along.
I rolled 3 under max for the entire roll.
Yeah.
Everything there is 8s except one that's a 5.
Yeah. Smart choice.
Tumblr.
As the crit drops, you go uppercut with, and then you spin around a heel kick to the balls so hard, you feel his entire nervous system wither and die from the amount of pain you shoot through it. As he lays there as a vegetable, just frothing at the mouth. As you can feel as if you managed to land a direct punch onto his brain. He had 35 health left.
There it is.
So Zankiri just kind of he holds his hand out there, like gripping the man's soul there for a second, just looking at him and gives him one more punch to that soul face.
You break his soul nose.
Zankiri just looks over at Rihanna and nods.
Nice.
I'll put him in the jar.
My balls.
You know what? You know what? You know what?
What? What do we
Casting
know?
Soul Cage?
I was actually thinking non-lethal damage.
Oh.
His balls exploded. They're
I'm
gone.
trying to think if I have a reason to keep him alive.
Clean your shoes.
No. He's not concentrating on protection from good and evil anymore.
There's,
You know what?
there's nothing.
I'll just knock him out for a second. Just stuff his soul back inside of his body.
Get back in there. The little warlock is now staring up at the shield guardian, like the Willem Dafoe gift.
Alright, it's the end of my turn.
Shield guardian.
Feast.
Doja.
9/11.
It's going to use a reaction to use Misty Escape. In response to taking damage, so after that 9 bludgeoning, it goes, well, fuck this. Turns invisible and disappears. And Rand and Karen, you hear a slight zap as it walks through one of the wrong doors and gets turned to dust.
He got hit by the bug zapper.
Well, that happened.
Yes, it did.
Aww.
Like you got a little something on your shoe.
If it's any consolation, Shane, if you all had gone into the fight, you probably would have also had to fight an ancient blue dragon and 2 rocks.
Oh yeah! That makes Shane so sad that he didn't get to fight the ancient blue dragon and 2 rocks.
Ancient blue dragon, 2 rocks, an archmage, and 4 warlocks of the archfey.
Oh
That's
no!
the recess rumble, baby.
Oh no! I just realized the thing. I alluded to it earlier. I still have the mind control parasite.
You do?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you do.
Oh.
I immediately thought of it.
Are you gonna...
I might have a pet Archaeomancer when we get home.
Are
The
you
second
gonna
one.
make... I cannot believe this Gith Yankee about to make somebody a geek. I'm dead.
Yeah.
He just withholds the Ceremorphosis. He Baldur's Gates it.
He simply is...
That's what these things were designed. That's what they were doing in the other place.
Yep.
Praise the absolute.
These were the
I guess.
ones. These were the ones from the Underdark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, these were the ones
Valkyrie is
specifically designed to slow down and obey. Oh my god, this is just the fucking bomb.
Valkyrie is absolute.
Connor,
Yeah.
Connor, you told me I could loot this timeline.
Yeah, I did.
You didn't say of magic items.
So you look at him, and a part of your gift soul cringes at the idea of infecting somebody with a tadpole. And then you remember, but it's for your benefit. And you pass the shiver off.
Oh right.
It's just like slavery. Well,
Well, you see, he doesn't have a soul anymore.
fair
Okay.
enough.
I thought you shoved it back in.
I mean, after the tadpole.
Hmm.
Right. Well, this thing's probably going to be useful later. So he drags
Lawyer's blush.
drags the man behind him. All right.
A new butler has been acquired.
Oh,
What is
wow. As I
it?
can
What is it with the
tell.
NPCs that have weird fuck ass names that Zonkiri decides he's gonna recruit them to be his slaves? Yexum, Zevitash Zalir. It's just like, alright, you can work for me.
Also-
You're talking about a man named Zanvar Kiri Talageth.
I like
Let's
you.
see.
Your name's funny. You're coming home with
We're up to, let's see what we got. We got the Minotaur, the other Archaeomancer we thought out. And
Hold
now
on.
this guy.
Hold on. We have the wizard here. We have the fighter back home, and we have the cleric. He's also about to recruit.
He's making his own party.
Oh no, guys. You're about to become
He's raising-
expendable.
He's raising.
He's respecting.
Oh,
He's making his Tail Raider safari.
all we need is to find a rogue, And
Carahan Thor.
Well, you have one in your pocket.
I cast regenerate on Carahan Thor.
we'll have a little party to send on quests for us.
Yeah.
This has reminded me of that fucking function in Final Fantasy 14
Final
where
Fantasy
you make a
14.
party and send them on fucking missions.
Yep.
Oh,
my
the squad, the
Yeah.
squadrons.
Squadrons. Hate them.
God.
He's making a squadron.
They're so
I mean, if you're
stupid.
intent on it, you can go get maybe some. Is it the only person you have?
Yes.
Okay, never mind then. Thank God, because if I just resurrect Carahan Thor and you just do that thing with your psychometric bullshit, put another parasite on that one. There's a rogue.
So, you are standing in front of the time machine. What do you do next?
Zonkiri is going to ask for Rihanna's assistance.
All right.
Think I might be able to reorganize this thing to figure out the. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I can get the date we need to go to from this. Yeah.
You feel like you could do the whole thing, but you would lose out on any other chance to try and assuage Rihanna and complete the Vitar quest of getting her trident.
And in that same vein, loot the
Yeah.
vault
Yeah.
stuff. Stuff saying the God Vault saying Katie.
Think of it.
I'm more thinking about.
But you can take the parts from here and try and make your ritual somewhere else as well.
Yeah.
It's just you're very secure here that you don't think anybody would bother you. If you do it somewhere else, there's a chance starting to stir the timeline might attract unwanted eyes.
Let me see what I have here.
Darren, set your word of recall. We'll just teleport back here when we're ready.
I mean, the word of recall is currently set to the ship. That's the only way you get back to it, guys.
But
Oh, that's the other thing. If you took this here, you would lose the Asmodean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I think best idea is we take this thing, take it to the Asmodean, hook it up there, and then we can spend a quote unquote few days tinkering with it while we do the other side quests we're here for. Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
I mean, I was talking to my party.
I was saying, like, narratively, that sounds good.
God feels a part of a party all the
time. I approve.
Now, not being privy to the conversation you probably just had with Brianna, that involves casting one of my higher level things in front of her, also taking her to the Asmodean. You want to do some of that, or are we good?
I think once.
Critical dragon.
Nice.
Okay, for starters, I think eventually we're gonna have to rip the band-aid off on this, and I think it's better if we do it on our terms rather than her quote unquote figuring it out. We could almost use it as a show of faith, and when she questions like, "Oh, you've got a god worshiper with you," we'd just be like, "Yes. Did you think we could do this alone?"
You just stick bugs.
Get stick bug.
And also, she's already on the Asmodean. He's up shit creek without a paddle.
Yeah.
Unless her little shard of her little shard of the Archon that handed it to her didn't just. I don't know what that thing does.
Oh, don't worry. I have things. I have things.
Good. I have these hands.
Big, meaty.
All right. We should be able to get this back. And I believe, given a little bit of time and effort with the soul, we should be able to use it to transport us back to when the conduit was stolen.
There's no way to do it here.
There would be, but hard to know what exactly we'll face once the
Bless you.
Thank you.
The
once
Astracatira
the
has a very cute sneeze.
once the ritual's performed, it'd be better if we were all well prepared for what lies on the other side.
Speaking of a straight Katira, is there any way you can store her?
No.
Oh. Hey, Andariel. We might have to do the ring trick
Absolutely not.
because it's me and up to 5 creatures.
Mm.
Yeah,
You see, the
Uranus
problem
not going anywhere
is
without her.
with the ring trick.
Yeah,
Um,
you're all going into
we go
your
in
cubicle.
there,
And it's
and
other Giasa.
that lets Giasa know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
This Giasa is not my favorite person in the world.
All right.
Well, I do have another option. It would require us waiting here for a day.
All right. Let's listen.
How would you feel about there being 2 cairns?
Deeply unsettled.
Karen,
Go
how
to
do
your
you?
cubicle.
Bears.
So we made a simulacrum of Cairn,
Ah,
and then had
Could
them
do-
both word of recall us back. Would that work?
I'll allow it.
Someone has shared my pain, sure.
All right. Suppose everyone should.
And it's funny that you need to make a little Karen snowman in a desert temple.
Morgana has stars shining in her eyes. 2 polar bears?
Aww.
I'm not sure if this one could turn into a polar bear. I
Instant
don't know
sadness.
simulacrum. I don't know how simulacrum works. That's wizard bullshit.
I think technically it would be able to.
Bullshit.
Regardless, we should hunker in for the time being. Attend to our interloper here. It's like he just kind of like kicks him in the shoulder a little bit.
Rihanna.
Meat.
Astracatira seems unsettled.
I'm just gently stroking her feathers.
She's in an unfamiliar place, and it is causing her anxiety. She doesn't know where she's at, and she's stressed. And the collar you have on her keeps her minimized in her emotions. But in these sorts of episodes, she can get a little out of control. Not dangerous, just that like you have to watch her like freak out like a dog in a lightning storm.
She gets the zoomies.
Yeah, and she loses any ability to really understand you and kind of wigs out a little. And you see she's at
Could
the
we give her a little bit of THC to calm her down?
Karen.
Mine.
Shared it with the snake.
Yeah, the snake was a customer. You want to give me one of your bird's teeth?
She doesn't have teeth.
Give me the beak.
Is that creature all right?
She is not comfortable here.
They have their head placed on the ground with their wings over it, and there's a slight whimper sound coming out of them.
Oh, for the love of God! Oh,
Wait,
fuck
are
this
we
shit.
back in the ship or what?
No, not yet. We gotta wait a day because the
Oh.
amount of people.
Wait, hold on. No, I can just plane shift us back. We're on a different plane.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could.
Dude,
Or you could use
do
this
so.
excuse you've given to Rihanna to buy you time. Your choice.
Look, do you want her to calm down?
I have means of taking care of this on my own. I can
Fuck
return.
for sure every night.
I can return to my Archon, and you can find me when you need me.
I didn't need the explanation. I was just trying to be nice, dick.
Ooh.
Afraid we're going to need the soul here if tinkering is going to work. Unless, of course, you'd like to leave it with us.
That is not an option. You will likely need to give her a wide berth.
Very well. Does she have a name?
I did give you her name last time, but I will reiterate that it's Adarin.
Okay.
I did. I said it because I said it when we were at lunch because Silver was gonna be like, I was gonna say I feel like she's more of a Katira.
Oh, wow.
Working on something here, don't worry.
Valid.
Sure name wasn't Katira.
Twilight Zone theme.
Where exactly did you encounter Adarin? Don't mind me asking.
I tamed her as part of my initiation.
Oh?
Yes.
How
She
is-
was deeply connected to my joining.
Really?
Everyone has the reason that they join a service. Everyone has some sort of motivation, some inciting incident.
I've heard
She
of
was a
monasteries like that.
Yes. My story is not unusual.
I don't imagine it is entirely unique. And as Zonkiri's fiddling with the
Machine.
thing,
Mhm.
the orb,
Yeah.
time orb, he will get 30 feet.
Avada Kedavra.
Making sure I got the
Avada
distance.
Kedavra.
I just kind of step, so I'm between, just making sure that I'm between Adarin and anybody else.
And she seems to take a little bit of comfort feeling you like interpose between you.
Zonkiri will subtle cast modify memory again.
How many times do you have that eye thing?
Just once.
Just once? I have advantage on this one then, fuck you. 21.
Don't you have the other lucky one from your...
For my what?
Didn't you have another one? I thought you had it from the eyes, and then you got a luck point from something else.
Don't think so.
Okay, never mind then.
This time it's Zonkiri saying no racials.
By the way, if you want to look in this guy's Excordia chat for about what Katira or Adarin looked like,
Yeah.
and as she's starting to wig the fuck out.
All right, that's a pass. I
Yep.
don't see what you're talking about, Connor.
It's in Discord.
No, I mean the other thing, the other luck point he was talking about.
I vaguely remembered something when I gave you one of the things. We joked about you having it twice. I don't remember the specifics.
What?
Some
Who is
similar,
taking my word?
some similar effect to the
Connor, is it
the
you?
Anarch
No,
thing.
I just have it set to all
Or-
players. I've changed it now to
Not
Rihanna.
Anarch.
Thank you!
Sorry.
But
Usually,
stop switching
Usually in those things, I just hit all players, and I expect somebody to just like figure it out.
I'll fucking kill you.
That's
Get
definitely
that
pyro.
fat
That's definitely pyro.
bastard off my bird.
Was it that
Definitely pyro.
we have the that
dare you.
Gisarai like time person? We have one of them hostage or something like that. Is that what
Yes,
you're talking
fair.
about? If he like stole that body instead?
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. So, Rihanna saves against it unless anybody has any cards they want to put forward on it, or
No cards like give disadvantage.
You
good.
know what
Yeah.
happens if
No
you
cards give.
succeed?
you know that somebody tries to charm you, I believe.
Nope.
No, nothing. Okay, never mind.
Nope. Modify Memory is one of those spells where if it works, great. If it doesn't, the casting of it gives away what you were doing.
But he's settled, so okay.
Ah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Round of Madness. Click.
You feel the pulse in your head, Rihanna, again by this machine, and you focus and push it out.
I'm very focused on Nadarin at this point.
Mhm.
Just essentially acting like a weighted blanket.
She just
That kind
slowly
of,
start to
like-
calm, and those frayed feathers start to tuck back in. And the
It
rest
is
of y'all get
very related.
the rest of y'all get to see a somewhat gentler side of Rihanna.
Unkuri is going to look around, and he's going to take out his gem, and he's going to use his gem.
Oh, what spell stored in it?
Not my memory.
It's called the I Have Plot Convenience spell.
Mm. Yes, that one.
I'm intrigued.
Okay.
You see, Irina, the game was rigged from the start. Kablam.
Plot convenience, indeed. Boom.
All right.
I'm excited to hear what happens next.
As the Mystic of Gleeful Giles is released from a second Iron Flask. He's had all this time.
All right. Well, we could wait here for a few days. Don't think it would help all that much. Cairn,
Mm-hmm.
Silva,
Yeah.
what do you two think about bringing Katera up to speed?
Oh,
Considering
that's a wild.
how close we are.
That's a wild card even for us. I look at silver. It could work.
Probably. It could work.
But it could also go very, very, very south.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take another rip.
I think I agree with the two of you. Best to take this slowly. All right, everyone hunker down.
What were you trying to plan? Just curious.
Was awakening.
I was gonna try to convince, because in order for me to modify memory again, if I want to do it subtly, we gotta wait a day.
Mm-hmm.
If we want to spill the beans to Rihanna now,
Whole beans. Hell.
yeah.
All the beans.
So, how long do you guys want to take on this little thing here? It's up to y'all.
Was
Ontario.
We're. I mean, you're honestly trying to get Katira back, her wife, correct?
As well as get the person who has the soul we need on our side.
She's all for it. She'll take the time.
Morgana?
Morgana is willing and also ready to snap Rana's neck.
All right.
Don't think we need neck snapping right now.
Just in
next-
case.
In that case, Zankuri is going to come over here and fiddle with this man's head to make sure he doesn't wake up.
Easily done.
Lobotomize.
You take a long. You look at the Egyptian themed area and you go, they usually have rods in here that I could use. As you stare at his nose.
What nose? It's gone.
Could make a brain pudding out of him.
My balls.
It's a shame I don't have that new spell that lets you eat somebody's brain and gain their knowledge.
What?
My balls.
Did you guys not see the book that? Oh, never mind.
No.
Yeah, new book got released. Got some funky ass magic in there.
That literally is just like a mind flayer. That's literally just I cast mind flayer.
That's just what Space Marines do. What the fuck?
So yeah, is there a way I could modify this tadpole to put him under my control,
Uh,
or at least make him?
you can easily stick it in
friendly
there.
to us?
Getting it to be bound to you, I'll say, you could do a little archaeomancy. You have chaos and time, right?
Yes, and we have access to all the archaeomancies at the moment.
Yep.
Give me a DC 10 Arcana check to just go ahead and devise like a little rune to etch on this tadpole before you stick it in his brain. Yeah, you
think you got it.
you just barely create a perfect, irremovable domination tadpole and bind it to your ineffable soul.
Which one?
Well,
There's a lot
his
in there.
His soul.
There's a lot in there.
Bound to the cage itself.
Yeah, so as you
And-
place it in, you feel the complete control over this creature.
Cool. And Zankari will just have him keep napping for the time being.
You have a permanent telepathic bond and can communicate over any distance so long as you're on the same plane of his distance.
Cool.
Any mental commands it receives from you requiring no action, it must obey.
So basically, he's under Dominate Monster.
Yeah.
Cool.
Perpetually.
Right, and we spend the day here, I guess.
Okay.
And
Well, I would make something of my skillet, but it's been precisioned. So, who wants spaghetti? As I pull up my travel kitchenette.
I can take some.
And I'll just I'll move over to the corner and just start preparing that.
Out of curiosity, does anybody have any non-magical sleep?
Aaron, don't you have...
Yes, I do. As I pull out a syringe.
Aaron actually
that-
does
that's
have
great.
some very strong sleeping meds that he's been using.
That is,
Melatonin.
yeah.
This is fucking
I
knockout juice.
have that. Yeah, this is some Jace Whitleaf little bullshit.
Night juice.
It's the evolved thing from when I pretty much drug carry on Thor to not murder us.
It's night juice.
And yeah, this is melatonin incarnate.
Giving melatonin to a medieval peasant and watching him fall into a coma.
I mean, that's basically what you're about to do to this poor girl.
What's that like a bitch?
So you make
Sure,
NyQuil chicken.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
Oh.
Zankiri will message Silver and Care and give them the idea to see if they can dope Rayanna's food while he's talking to her.
I'll reply. One of you's gonna do it. She's already watching me. I'll add it to the food, but you gotta deliver it.
Let me see.
Just nobody eat the food I put forth. You'll have to dose it all.
Okay. Need
Yeah.
to reread the Gloves of Thievery.
Yeah. Essentially,
Yeah,
I'm
I'll-
going to dose all the food, and then just don't eat
Yeah.
it.
Kronk style.
Oh yeah, the poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison.
Poison
Cusco.
designed specifically to kill
My
Cusco.
spinach
Cusco's
coughs!
Poison.
I never liked your spinach puffs.
And Daryl is Yzma.
So I'll just pop out of my armor, make it look like I'm trying to go fix it a bit.
Bedtime.
And I'll slip in my hands at thievery.
Alright. Give me a
So,
sleight of
y'all
hand
know-
against her passive
Okay.
perception. So you gotta be pretty good with it. But given what I've seen with your lockpicking, if there's anybody who could do it,
It is possible.
I will give her
Silver
disadvantage on her
will do
passive
it.
if Zonkiri is distracting her. It'll be a -5, I believe.
Yes.
So the
Yeah,
DC will be
I know what it is.
Yeah.
Zunkir will go over to distract her, talking to her.
I don't have proficiency in sleight of hand, but I still do get a +5, so it's a +9.
Come on, buddy.
so you're
You can
using your
do it.
flash of genius with it immediately.
Yeah. I'll use Flash of Genius, I guess. That.
I believe in you, Silver.
Wait.
The suspense
Flash
is
of
hurting me.
Genius gives what again?
Plus your
Your-
intelligence to the roll.
Okay. So that is an extra +4, so a +13.
So as all this important stuff's going on, can Morgana do something stupid?
Yes.
That
He was gonna-
is a plus. Oof. That would be a +4, so that is a 19.
Just to really drive that home, here's a dex card.
29.
29 then.
29.
Nice.
I am no longer playing Drug the Bitch.
So what is Morgana doing while this is going down?
As this is happening, Morgana's gonna break one of these Brazier's stands,
Mhm.
get that wooden stick, and then try to pull out her Fey magic to make seeds sprout on it,
Oh.
and then throw them at the ground near the bird. Try to give it bird seed.
Now, is this handle animal or persuasion?
Roll animal handling for me.
Aw, she's not too good at that one. 2. Yeah.
Bro, I'm sorry.
So
Give him advantage in seeds.
Uh,
Come on.
I think we figured out. I think we figured out what was distracting her.
Squawk,
Get
squawk,
away.
squawk.
Yeah,
Away.
Morgana's over here just like tossing seeds on the ground.
this very anxious
would-
dog.
Yeah.
In fact, you're not tossing. You think you're tossing seeds in the ground. You're actually throwing the seeds into his face.
Oh god.
So you just unfortunately this was pine wood, and you have those little like pine clusters, the ones that like really
No.
spiky. You're like, oh, that's a weird seed, and you throw it to Dog Tira, who then eats the spiky thing and begins to hiss violently as it like cuts her tongue on the inside of her mouth.
I would recommend you step back. She's difficult to control when she's agitated like this.
Dios mío. So, while this is happening, you know those Italian noodles made out of squid ink or something like that?
Or
Yeah,
they're
this
from Olive
might-
Garden.
The squid ink pasta.
Yeah, squid ink pasta. That's what Karen's making because there's no way the potent shit he's putting there stays red.
You're just staining the fuck out of it, just pouring some dye in there, and just fuck, we gotta cover this up.
Yeah.
As Morgana, you feel the mixed feelings of success. The things you learned with Malira paid off. You managed to make this like Fey magic thing with no issue. But your knowledge of the specific parts of the nature seemed a little lacking, and you ended up giving some bad seeds to the Katira here. So you have some mixed feelings.
Look at betrayal.
He'll look at the stick and then toss it over her shoulder. Mission failed.
Look at him next time.
Give me a
Not
nature
your
check.
pet bird monster.
Give me a nature check, Morgana.
You will be much more successful when she is not so uncomfortable.
Not much. Oh, I was about to say not much better at nature, but then
You
I
have a
realized I was
+5,
proficient.
dog.
That's why I
Well,
said
we
I realized I
have
was proficient. Because I forgot my fucking barb shit. As I level up, I get to pick more of their skills.
You look at this creature. You recall your time in the Shadowfell. And you know your essence is kind of the opposite of it from being from the Feywild. You have a feeling you might be able to, like, expose the Fey Stone and have it be like a calming heat to Katira.
Expose the demon core.
Where's the
Eh,
screwdriver?
As you think of it, you could just... You feel the energy you were pulling up to attach to the sticks. If you could just approach her, you think you could channel that through a pet and calm her down very quickly.
Come on, Blue.
I just love that when you said expose the face stone, my vibe was like flashing.
You could rip open her chest.
Well,
There was. I was.
if you remember back at the banquet shit where the guy was rummaging in her chest, she did react like that. So
I know.
fuck my elbow.
So,
Very
Rihanna,
pirate.
you see Morgana standing there, and she's hesitant. Morgana, it is up to you how you would like to continue, if you wanted to ask Rihanna to approach, or back away, or anything else.
She doesn't have much of an opinion on Rana. She'd probably just do it on her own.
Okay. So you just walk up to Katira.
At this point, if she attacks you, I will not stop her.
Morgana will flex her fucking 22 strength. You will not need to do anything. And she'll just reach out having the magic pulsing in her hand.
A stray Katira nuzzles her neck up against your fingertips, and you see the like raised feather plumes quickly recede as she falls into a slumber, put to sleep.
Believe it or not, we've actually had some encounters with the Astray before.
I do believe you had said that.
Morgana's just gonna sit down, cross-legged on the ground, and just pull Bird into lap and just radiate like a radiator.
You are creating a pleasant dream for this Astray.
We've all seen like actual Katira's like memory stuff, right? She showed it to us or something,
Liv?
or she at
We've
least
seen the
explained it.
stone. Yeah.
She'll just
I
try her best to.
like how the memory stone worked and for why.
She'll try her best to mimic that dream, or well, make the energy mimic that dream for her.
You just hear a faint cooing and purring in your lap.
Fascinating.
Rayla, you know that Katira usually doesn't like strangers. So it's shocking that she warmed up so easily.
Might I ask, what are you doing?
Petting.
I
Morgana
don't
just
mean
staring blankly.
I don't mean to sound accusatory. There's something you are doing, whatever it is good. What is it?
You do pick up a hint of desperation in her voice, Morgana.
You helped her.
Morgana will look down at the Astray as she's petting it. giving her nice things to dream of.
Is that some form of spell?
No,
Natural ability.
it's what I am.
And I am grateful that you have chosen to use what you are to aid her. Thank you.
It was not for you.
I am aware, and yet I am grateful.
Why?
She is mine, and I do not like to put her in situations that cause her distress. There are times when it is unavoidable, but I do try to keep her content. She is my guardian. I prefer not to mistreat her.
What was she before this?
A person? That is what all Astray are before their loss. Other than that, much of what I knew before was given to become what I am.
Rihanna, your head reels again from those memories that flash back and forth. You can feel who she is on the tip of your tongue, and you once again see that figure with their back turned. It's
I knew her.
frustratingly close to the forefront of your mind.
It is certain that I knew her. She has something to do with my determination. But that is all that I know. That is all that I need to know.
But don't you want to know?
It is not my place to question. I do not need to know in order to serve the Archon. If the Archon has deemed it best that I do not know, if it would hinder my service to have that knowledge, it is best I do not have it.
Rihanna, you
I didn't
unintentionally
ask that.
in raising your voice, you do notice you start to cause a little bit of discomfort in Katira just by slightly rising her with the volume and tone you were taking.
You mean a dart?
Yeah, the same as if
They've been misnaming my wife this whole time. It's okay.
it
It's
it
all narration,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you're not actively like characters aren't misnaming her.
yeah.
So
So it does catch you that for a moment you cause her some discomfort unintentionally.
yeah,
as as it stirs and Morgana like uses more energy and pets it more to bring it back down, she'll look up at Rihanna with her like an angry look. I didn't ask that.
then you'll pardon my misunderstanding.
Then as she's petting, she'll look back down at the Astray. Memories are nice, comforting.
I know. That is what makes them a luxury we cannot afford. In service to the Archon. It is my sacrifice. It was my choice.
We all make choices. So hard to ever get the second one.
Yeah. There probably could have been a happier memory with the other one, but we may not know. I sort of. Oh, okay. What do I have as a canvas that I could use?
I mean, it's arcane tinkering. You could just have it like a project an image off some trinket you have.
True.
A wand, a stick, a rock, a piece of fabric.
I want to do like an actual like picture or painting. You know, Zonkiri has plenty of paper on him.
Here, I'll just rip this out of the
Okay.
front of your spell book. Is that cool?
I mean, if he has non-spellbook paper,
He has plenty of
I'll-
paper. About it.
yeah.
So you rip up the notes
If
on
he
Soul
would-
Page.
Mind if I have a page? I'll say to him.
Zonkiri reaches into his bag and just drops like a ream of paper in your lap.
Yeah. I was just thinking of something funny of how it is. I move my. I'm not in my armor right now, just to say. I move my armor a bit, and I kind of stuff the page in the top, and it goes down like a printer. That's how the magic tinkering is.
You are out of magenta. It's a black and white image, but you're out of magenta, so no good. Pull out the magenta cartridge, and then you continue your black and white image.
Yeah, I was just creating a picture of
Architera.
and probably a little liberties. It doesn't say it has to be an exact thing.
Particular there, you're right.
I'm actually gonna make a picture of Rihanna and Architera.
Oh, both of the alternate versions.
And what do you do with this
I don't know.
picture?
I don't know if y'all would know this, but this isn't what Rayenna looked like to Katira.
Figured, yeah.
Yours.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way for us to get the two original people's backs together.
No.
They've both been changed by what they've been through. It's getting who they've become to give them a second chance.
Yeah. That's
What?
pretty much it.
Is this unironically the nicest, like, most good act we've done?
So far,
Well,
you're fixing the world, and you're about to you're trying to get your friend her wife back.
there are things you're not considering, but
Yeah.
there are crucial pieces to the puzzle you've left out.
But yeah, it's pretty nice.
From a moral standpoint, yeah, this is probably like the most quote unquote hero
Yes.
thing we've done.
Kinda. Yeah.
Oh yes, your intentions are the kindest intentions I believe you've ever had. The
Ah.
kindest and most selfless intentions I believe Zonkiri has had.
Now we know it's the alternate timeline. Zonkiri's doing good.
Not even Zonkiri. It's the party in general.
I mean,
Stares
I
at Karen.
tried to do good.
Yeah, you try.
Yes,
We kind
I
of make it hard
try.
for you, though.
Then there's always some kind of monkey wrench that doesn't go well.
Zonkeri throws a
me
wrench like
trying
they do in
to-
dodgeball. Just
I don't know,
If you
Shane.
can dodge a
Or
wrench, you can dodge a
DM.
ball.
I don't know, Shane. Who said "Welcome to your funeral" about an hour ago?
hey, you had them airdrop into the Hierophant's lair, and we've already dealt with them in a non-good context before. Of course, Mokana's gonna fucking.
I'm just gonna say like, hey, you have a mantle to share here.
But
It's shit stirrer.
What?
So you have made this picture. So what do you do with it?
I hand it to her and say, maybe there is. Maybe. I don't know what.
Hold on.
I can't get the words. What?
You have some time.
We would.
Okay,
we
there she is.
would-
She just
we
came
would-
back. She was deafened. Handing it to her. Well, she's deafened was probably not.
I was talking to my boyfriend. I'm sorry.
Sorry, our tangent has made me lose what I was going to say.
She was talking about giving up her memories and that she doesn't have the luxury
I
of nice
know,
things.
I
And so
know.
you made this picture of Katira and Adarin together, or Katira and Rana
Like,
together.
it would have been nice in the other choice, but we'll never know now.
It
Yeah.
sounded like you were saying something along the lines of maybe there were good things in those memories you wish you hadn't given up.
Yeah.
However you want to phrase that.
I can't remember what I was going to
Just
really
breathe, man, just
say.
Give it a minute.
But as okay, as just a placeholder for right now, it's just like now I can't put it to words now.
You want to just
Good,
take the picture and wait?
Oh. I was
That's the worst is when it's like it's right there.
Yeah.
it's right there in my it's like in the back of my tongue, not at the tip. And
Yeah.
it's
You're like, I'm swallowing it. I'm
Yeah.
swallowing it.
well, I don't want to do this after we roofie her.
Let's
Yeah. Yeah.
let's just keep going, and if you recall it, jump in immediately.
Morally good moment.
It was a morally good moment. I was
The best
thinking,
thing we've done. The most heroic. Now quick, roofie the cleric.
Declare.
I mean, that's literally what we do with the sleight of hand.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
That's gotta be like the quote of this week's game is like, well, I don't want to do this after we roofie her.
Good luck coming up with a title to this clusterfuck, Connor.
Oh god.
Complicated
the-
morals.
I'm putting that in the chat and I'm pinning it.
Don't worry, I'll make a clip.
Thank you, Clip Lord.
It's just so iconic.
It's
beautiful.
In Minecraft, FBI man. In Minecraft.
It really summarizes the weirdos, doesn't it? I don't want to do it after.
Yeah. I will. I will say this. This probably takes a little bit of liberties, but it can be something. And I know you don't want to look into your memories, but this is but you must know but here's something for you, just as a possible what if.
I appreciate your gift.
And
And if there are times when I am able to explore other possibilities, I will think on it.
Rihanna.
I do not regret my service to the Archon. I would be lost without it. I know that much.
Did she actually look at the gift and what
Yes.
she sees?
She glanced at it.
There's something itching in the back of your head as you look at it.
Yep.
Are you
She's
willfully
literally going-
trying not to look at it? Because your instincts are telling you to look at it.
I'm looking at it, but I'm not examining it. I'm like, this is very nice, and
Your-
I cannot deal with this right now.
Your
And she-
instincts as an observant are telling you to examine this figure, as well as something you can't quite name, wants you to look at this other woman in the picture.
Ponder the woman.
Do you try and resist this urge to keep your guard up, or do you give in to it?
No, especially right now with this whole situation, she would keep her guard up.
All right. You all will see very clearly that her the hand holding the picture is twitching.
She
Rihanna
very
does
gently,
not seem aware
very
of it.
I mean,
very.
it was a.
with the utmost
I mean,
of care.
I am, quote unquote, on her side, being another
Yeah.
Dawn person.
Yes, but
Trying
there's
to be
also
friendly.
there are a lot of there have been some red flags within the past like 15-20 minutes that have popped up to her where she's keeping her guard up.
Not from me.
And this pasta.
No, not from you, just in general. And so she doesn't trash it. She doesn't treat it. She carefully takes it and she glances at it, and then with the utmost care and respect, she folds it very carefully and very gently puts it into like a small protected pocket in her pack.
Heads up,
Like,
we got
she's
15
keeping it and
minutes.
taking care of it. It's very she's being very careful with it. It's not like, oh great, thanks, I'm gonna crumple it up and shove it in there. She's like, no, this is a gift that you took time with, and I appreciate it and I respect it, and I cannot look at it right now. It's like when someone hands you a card and you know if you read it you're gonna cry, and you're like, I'm gonna read this later. That vibe.
Another heads up. We have 15 minutes before we got to call the session.
Okay.
Just 2 more hours.
Golly, I got work in the morning, and I got to stay late too because I need the money. My boss asked me to. Pay me that first one.
The money is money. It's true.
Mm-hmm. And I have a big ass medical bill I got to pay.
Roofie
Yeah.
time?
Sounds like it.
Roofie time.
As you all are having this conversation, Karen produces the prepared meal for everyone's night. Crackening pasta with a side of fried shrimp. Any objections to that, Karen?
No.
Cool. The note is passed to everyone not to eat, not to actually swallow this.
Mm-hmm.
Except Rihanna, who does not know.
Brianna gets her food and she sits and says a very long prayer.
Connor, just so you're aware, I also have like a little adrenaline shot next to me, just in case.
Adrenaline shot?
This.
Oh, to wake yourself up. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not gonna put her to sleep.
No, this is in case I have to like.
An anaphylactic shock.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Allergic reaction, anaphylactic
It
shock.
tastes good. Oh, just straight EpiPen.
Essentially.
Zamkiri is going to, having gotten the note, nod. And as she finishes up her prayer, Zamkiri is going to go sit down beside her and starts fully eating the meal with her.
It is a very long prayer. I would say it takes about 10 minutes.
Powered by NyQuil.
Oh, are you casting detect poison?
No, I'm purify food and drink.
This isn't a poison. Is it?
It
Purified
Roll
rid-
as poison?
one, yeah.
I think it would qualify as a poison.
Okay.
No,
She
Roofie.
is feeling very suspicious. You have all come and encircled her while Cairn has stayed on the outside, and she already had that interaction with him earlier. She is feeling very much the outlier and outsider here, and she is taking precautions for herself.
Morgana's feeding spaghetti noodles to the bird.
That's
Okay.
great. Purify food and drink.
I think it's out of Morgana's bowl while you were doing your prayer.
Yep. It's so the 5-foot radius sphere is centered on me and my food, my bowl of food in my hands.
Unironically, I think that means it hits Zonkiri's as well.
It does, because you sat down next to her. You just unpoison it.
Yeah, I haven't moved away from her either,
Yep.
so I don't know.
The one person who hasn't been crowding her is just Andariel.
Yes, which is
Pretty
why, and I
much.
will say, she has really, especially because, and I'm mainly basing this off of you weren't really here for this session, so she has not noticed any suspicious or otherwise behavior from Andaria at all. Like, you've just kind of been there. You've given me my space, and I've given you yours, and she sees that as like a mutual, like, hey, we're not friends, we're coworkers, and we're mutually respecting each other's space here.
Morgana's stealing your bird.
Put her back.
No, she's in my lap.
Yeah.
You can come over here.
No, Morgana already pulled her into the lap.
You came to my bird.
You are both sitting in this square.
I would not have let you take her away.
She is within arm's reach of you, but so is Morgana.
Yes.
I'm gonna sit you there. You are both in this square. Happy?
Technically, she's in both squares because she should be large. She's direwolf size.
All right, I forgot about that.
So she's in both squares because she's big.
Yeah. No way.
Even funnier now that Morgana has her in her lap, just petting.
Oh yeah. It's
With-
like the big,
We've
like
all
Great
seen those
Dane
dogs
or
that think they're
Saint
lap dogs
Bernard.
when they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are lap. They're just big.
Yeah, no way to sleight of hand.
Morgana, I will remind you, you all had devised that one of the solutions for your other Rayanna problem in the Prime timeline is to use your Fey Essence to try and reincarnate her, free of the Astray energy, as a new person.
Mhm.
I just wanted to give you a reminder that you had that plan previously on how to deal with Astray.
Yes.
I don't believe you'll have the Melphite keep them dead energy on you.
Malphite.
Melphite.
No, we'd have to go borrow that.
Melphite.
Melphite? Hmm?
Melphite.
Karen's locking in.
Ligma?
I'm at the roll.
Why exactly were we trying to unconscious Raeliana?
She's an elf. She doesn't sleep.
But why are we trying to make her unconscious?
Because then I
Yeah,
could I can modify memory and dream her to get her more back toward her having actually a connection and bond toward
Karen's gonna stand up.
the idea of
Katira.
Katira, yeah.
Karen's going to stand up and he's going to start walking over here.
You know, this is Andariel speaking.
Oh,
I've seen a creature like that before. Points at Katira.
Yes, you have said.
Her name was Katira.
Interesting name.
Truly. Where did you come up with the name for her?
Adarin,
Yes.
from what I have been told, it was her name before she was lost.
And you just simply believe everything you're told by these people.
They have not led me astray since I joined.
Ironic.
Technically, there's one right here.
Thank you, Morgana.
You know,
I have no reason to distrust their
Inspiration.
words or their actions.
Really?
Yes.
It's odd to me. The people in your position, the blind faith. You're always the ones that are led astray the most. Your inability to question things. It's to their advantage, not to yours. But what do I know? You do make a wonderful tool. And she's just gonna wander back off.
She said, respecting boundaries eliminated. Fuck you.
Refuses to elaborate.
You're no longer co-workers. Fuck you. Walks away.
Oh, you kidding? Daryl never liked her in the first fucking place.
No,
Yeah.
I don't listen. There are coworkers I have that I do not like.
Karen,
You
what are you
all
doing?
know.
Aaron's creeping.
Da-dum, 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 da-dum,
Yeah,
da-dum,
I was like-
da.
There I would be going, wow. And since I'm probably
if
a
you
little
make that
close,
noise, and Daryl will just look towards Silver, and blind loyalty is never earned. It is instilled.
I am aware.
Or if you blind them.
You,
I do not have the luxury.
Brianna.
I am aware. Yes.
And that should make you question it all that much more.
I do not need
Ben
to.
is going to
I
look
follow
at
my orders.
his
That is
hand.
all.
Gotta flex it a bit. You and this entire civilization should wither away. And I cast Blight at 7th level.
Oh,
Dora!
roll it.
Yeah. 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 Whoa!
oh,
Whoa!
I need a Constitution saving throw, Brianna.
What the?
15.
That.
That's
Fail.
fail.
Oh. And Dario comes over, fuck you and what you stand for, walks away. Hey, I know. Karen walks over, silence, harlot. What the?
Are you gonna roll the damage or?
Yeah, let's see, 8d8 up to. I haven't cast Blight at this level before. Shit.
What the
Eight,
fuck? People their ass.
9,
Hit her with a
10,
big womp.
11,
Mhm.
11d8.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Just walk up fucking.
I know exactly what I'm going to do immediately after that.
We're gonna be rolling initiative.
54 damage.
I would like to have a reaction immediately to that, please.
Which
'cause
is
word of recall.
you attempt
That
to cast
takes
Word of
what?
Recall.
Counter spell.
Hang on.
One action.
Oh, no, yeah, action.
You
Yeah.
attempt to cast Word of Recall, and
Counter spell. 5th
before-
level.
before you'd still have to
You
roll
have
for
to
it.
roll it.
Regardless,
Level.
attempting to
spell.
cast Word of Recall, your magic is disjuncted, and you are unable to teleport.
Excuse me?
Your magic fails. Your
Why?
Word of Recall, somehow, the area you were in blocks interplanar travel.
Zon Carey.
No,
So-
that's the Hierophant's shit.
Ah,
No, Zankari used Plane Lock or whatever it's fucking called.
So how do you look after that 54 damage? It's necrotic. Do you have any resistances?
I look like I'm going to kill every single fucking one of you.
Alright.
Because now Liv's mad.
Oh crap!
All right.
I'm just
Gonna-
here eating the
I'm just eating
the pasta, and I'm like,
No,
Pizza,
I found
pasta.
this.
I'd like everyone to roll initiative,
I'm just feeding the bird.
which is asleep.
And Morgana can finally taste
I'm
things. She's
actually
enjoying the
mad about
pasta.
This, though. I've taken no aggressive action towards any of you.
and
I'm
I
just protecting myself.
I didn't know he was doing it either.
yeah.
What do you mean?
No,
we don't
I'm
know
not
why
mad
the
at you.
fuck he did this either. So
No, I'm mad at Pyro right now. I'm expressing that I'm angry with Pyro right now.
You've been going from the get go on some of these things, and that we're going in circles.
Okay.
Everybody else who wants to join into combat, I need you to roll initiative.
I will
I'm sorry
also
it came to this.
get
but,
into
mm.
combat, but
So how are we gonna get out of here with the word of recall or plane shift?
Somebody dropped a spell that prevented it from happening after you all got here in your party.
Then kill her. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry. There's no point in even playing out this fight because there's no getting away, and you're not gonna let her live. I'm outnumbered 6-1.
Yeah.
And I'm down 54 hit points. She's not getting out of this alive, and all she wants to do is escape, and she can't even do that. I'm sorry, but there's no point in even playing out this fight.
Okay. Let's all take a breath. We will come back and talk about this another time.